Hello, people. Welcome back to the Brickanista Broadcast Network on Twitch. And hopefully, I have the settings correct because I have been tweaking a few things based on a conversation I had with BrickBrain TV. And I am here at my usual time. I know there was a little bit of confusion today about whether I was part of the Brick Relay, so that was totally bad on me. It's like, well, I don't check Discord as often as I should. So anyway, so sorry about that, folks, if you were expecting me at 6 o'clock. But you know I'm pretty good about making announcements. So if I have a change in my time, I will let you know. So I was completely clueless. I had no idea. It went right over my head. But I figure, it'll happen again in the future. So no worries. But anyway, welcome. Welcome back to the Brickanista Broadcast Network. I am so excited because I have been working on this Lavender City, this little microcity, for a while. And I started working on the Pandey Panda towers. And it looks amazing. And as I was looking at this and thinking about it some more, I need to finish another module to cover the side of the Brickanista Broadcast Network tower. So that's what I'm going to be doing today, is working on a third, maybe a fourth module, 16 by 16 module in the Micropolis standard. So for those of you who are not familiar with Micropolis, it is the standard of a 16 by 16 plate, brick plate height. And in my case, I'm using black as the base, which is something that isn't usually typical, but I checked with Max Braun, who's one of my viewers, and he said that was fine as long as it connects. So I'm going to continue on this, and that's what we're going to be working on today. And my hope is that at least at a minimum, we may have the bases done as far as the 4 modules of the bases. And the more I was thinking about this, instead of making this 6 or 9, I don't know, I might still make it bigger, but I think starting with the 4 will probably be the best thing to do. But yeah, so this is good. And I'm hoping there's people out there because I had to tweak the settings a little bit based on a conversation I had with BrickBrain TV. I see 2 viewers here, so if you're out there, if you could just say hello, that way at least I know the chat is working, if you're willing. Anyway, I'm going to keep talking and yakking as I normally do, and I'm going to go ahead and move to my down camera for a moment, so then that way you can see what we're working on. And yeah, I'm going to be doing some thinking about the stream over the next couple of things. Oh, great. Thank you, Lego Maniac Zach. Thank you for letting me know you're here. Because I did a little tweak in the settings and I have to look at a multi-stream view. So I just needed to take a look, and thankfully, awesome. Thank you. I can see you and everything's great. And I'm going to go ahead and move to my down camera. I just have to shift a few things. I hope you're doing well, Lego Maniac Zach. I think I saw you earlier when I was doing the co-stream with Joriel Builds. And when I was talking about multi-streaming, that one was streaming both to YouTube and Instagram, that was interesting. Audio and chat are awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, in fact, I probably should type in the chat just to make sure that I can type back. Let's see. Oh no, do I have to get another screen up? Hold up, let me see if I need to get another screen up so I can chat back. Yeah, like I said, it's just interesting, all of these technologies. I'm using Streamlabs OBS as my standard, and it's been working out so far, fingers crossed. And now what I'm trying to do is do some co-streaming in a different way. So, because it says I have these different alerts that have been coming up, and I was like, I hope it's working. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, you saw last night how I was working on the Pandey Panda towers on YouTube. So what I'm doing is I'm just making sure that everything is okay over there. No, you couldn't be. I've been in incommunicado. Oh, camping. Oh, how fun. Yeah, it's funny is that I wish I need to, well, there's a couple things that I need to do. I need to start thinking a little bit more about, I'm still waiting for Novavax, as many of you know. And I went to the root beer store the other day, and there was a ton of people in there without masks, and it freaked me out. It totally freaked me out. So I was telling myself, you know, I might want to either think about getting vaccinated or just really disconnect because it freaked me out so much just being in a place where I didn't feel comfortable. You know, I was just buying some root beer and there was just so many people there. Totally freaked me out. Okay. So I was telling myself, you know. There we go. Okay, I have it live on my ThinkPad now, so I think I can chat here. So let me do a test here. Hello. It's like, all right, let's see. See if this is, yeah, like I said, it's like so many things to think about. There we go. All right. And I think that, yay, okay, I got a chat function. I've got my cameras going. Yes, you got to be careful. I know. It's just, and it's funny because like people think this is over. And, you know, you've been reading the news about how they're talking about a booster shot in the fall and that we have Delta variant rising everywhere. And I'm like, oh man, I'm really freaked out about this whole thing. So I think I'm just going to stay home with my Lego and just work through it. Okay, great. Here we go. So now I'm going to put my down camera in. There we go. Yeah. I'm figuring I'll have to be wearing my mask all through Brick Rodeo coming up. Yeah. I'm glad you're going to Brick Rodeo, but you know, Texas treats us differently than others, so it's going to be interesting just to see how things come together. So here's where I left it off. This is something new I was working on off stream, but here's the Brickanista Broadcast Network tower. So I'll just angle this a little bit so you remember that. And then on the back, I just realized I need to move these plates out of the way. Let's see, where can I move these plates? Grab a little bucket here. Get these plates off. Might be able to just do it this way. Because I need these plates. You're definitely committed now? Oh, cool. That's awesome. All right, so I made this yesterday, the Pandey Panda tower. So I am looking at this. Looks amazing side by side because now this covers the back and it also is positioned so then that way it doesn't obstruct the Trolls Tower. So now I was looking at this and we were talking about this at the end of the last stream that I need to cover this section because with the BBN tower, because as I mentioned, this is on a rotator, so this can rotate, and I still have this portion exposed. So what I was doing off stream is figuring out how tall of a building I would need just to cover that. So I've made a mock-up of a new kind of building. Oops. So this is just kind of like a tower, which is falling apart because I need to put it on a base, but I'm using this smoky translucent black, which I think looks super cool. So I was looking at this going, okay, so I need to make another base. In fact, this is a good segue. I should go ahead and make the base so I could put that tower in. I do need to order some parts though because I don't have enough black, so that's why I've got this dark gray in here. But yeah, so this is your first convention I think you're going to, like a Maniac's Act. Let me go grab something. So I'm going to start with another base plate. And I need some 1x3s and a few 2x2s. And I need black plates. And I may be running low on these, which is another reason why I may have to either go back to the Lego store, but these are my 4x4 plates. Yeah. But like I said, as I was thinking about this, I said, you know, maybe I should just make a module of 4. And what that'll mean is I'll need to move some of this over. I mean, I know I talked through it the other day, but I have a feeling I may need to do that. And I also need some 1x2 bricks. Some of these 1x2 Technics so that I can still connect. Are you bringing a MOC or two with you? Because I think that's, for me, some of the most fun, is just being able to talk with some of the people who are going to be there, because that's always a fun thing to do. So I'm putting these Technic bricks right in the middle of these. So then that way these will connect. Wish I could have submitted a MOC or a build through. You've been busy this summer. Yeah. It's been, you know, it's been an interesting, the pandemic is something we would never have predicted. And just kind of working through it has been challenging, I think, for a lot of people. And I know that because I build a lot, that streaming has been actually really helpful for me. It just kind of has given me something else to focus on besides the pandemic. And as I'm looking at this, I'm going to see if I have, because I have a gap here, so I might see if I have some 1x4s. I know I saw some the other day. I'm just not sure if they're readily available. Yes, you will definitely be inspired. I think regardless of what convention you go to, there are so many amazing and talented builders out there who have been doing some really, really good work. And I know every time I go to a con, I just think, wow. And I think what's happened too is now that Lego Masters has been the global phenomenon that it is with all these builders around the world, I think you're going to see an uptick in people who are going to cons and presenting at cons, because it's just, you know, it's a fun thing to do. And I just realized, I think instead of using white, because white is something I use as a finishing color, instead of using these white ones, I'm going to pick up some gray ones to put underneath. A supportive spectator is great, and meet some new builders. You might actually see some Tricky Lug people there. I don't know, we had a discussion at the meeting on Saturday about who's going to what, and you may want to post on the Discord server a little bit as well. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see them, so I'm just going to fill these in with 1x1 bricks. Boy, I'm really low on white. Let me see if I have some white over here. You've been meaning to do that as far as going on the Tricky Lug server? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a good discussion forum. So, you know, at least you get a chance to meet a few people that way. Oh boy, it's like I'm really low on parts. I can't believe how low on parts I am. All right. Aha. Nope. Nope. I don't have any white. I have white like 1x2x2s, but those are too tall. And I have a few of these, but I don't really want to waste those. Sounds like you had a busy day with other streamers. How fun. Yeah, actually, it's been kind of funny because I do some collaborations, as you know, with like Devo, and also Joriel Builds is another person I've been working with. And Joriel has been busy. So normally we would stream the updates on Saturday, but since he was busy, we had to do it on today. And I was lucky because I didn't have a guest today on my stream. So I said, okay, go ahead, let's do this on YouTube. So we did that. And now, you know, like I said, I stream on Twitch on Monday or Sundays, Mondays, and Wednesdays at 9 o'clock. So my thought is I'm probably going to, I might be taking my Monday stream and moving it to YouTube. So I'm still going to stream on Twitch, but I'm thinking about reducing the times that I stream on Twitch. I mean, it's been a good platform for me to kind of get my my streaming skills up, but I also question the format a little bit. I just think it may not be a good fit for me. But I'll still be building. No matter what platform it is, I will be building. And like I said, I've really enjoyed Tricky Lug. It's such a great, supportive group of people. And, you know, just being a part of that has been such a blessing. That's how I met you, too, I think, right? You're a member of Tricky Lug, I think? Yeah. A lot of, like I said, awesome people and really amazing builders. I mean, one of the things that happened, oh, there's Debo. I was just going to talk about you that during the meeting, Cara had mentioned, yeah, our Let's Go Camping collab did really well, but Debo beat us on the large display. It's like, yeah, he did. Yeah, build on. Thank you. Thanks so much. How are you, Debo? Are you having a good day? Like I said, I've decided I'm going to go all black with my mini city, and I also have done another kind of building to cover up the rest of this Brickanista Broadcast Network tower. So I kind of built it off stream, but it didn't have a base, so it fell apart. So that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm just getting a base together, so then that way I can continue. And yeah, I'm thinking more and more I might just keep this as a four-piece build, or a four module build for now, because I just have so many things in the pipe. Now, one of the things that I'm really excited about, as you know, is I've been working with Ferg, and Ferg has invited me to work on the Jurassic Park collab. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna have to rework my whole space, because I need 4 base plates to pull this thing together. And the more I thought about it, I'm probably going to have to build like 4 mini modulars to all come together as one big modular. So yeah, that's going to be interesting, because they don't build on the mills. They're kind of like you, Debo, actually. They build on a base plate and then, you know, rise up from there. And so I may need to pick your brain some more about that too. It was a build very near and dear to me. Yeah, well, you know, it's great you were able to file it, because we had talked about this, that because it was virtual, you didn't need to bring your whole city to a con. And, you know, that worked out great, especially going from Michigan to the San Francisco Bay Area. That would have been really hard for you. So I'm really proud of you, and really glad that I've seen that city. I know that city. I know that builder. So yeah. And we were just talking, Lego Maniac Zach and I, about, you know, that there's just so many things to do in, you know, the Lego world. So, but I am going to stay as a builder. I know you had to hear me rant about Twitch a little bit. And, oh, look at that. Cowboy Tornado is here. Hello. I am working on my Lavender City some more. And I need some more parts. It's going to be one of those, yo, NATO. Yes, yes, Tornado is here. How are you? I hope you're doing well. So, yeah, so what I'm doing is I've built another base, and this is the, I was talking to Lego Maniac Zach about one of the things that I did is I started using this smoky black, because I have some of this, and I thought this smoky black would look super cool. So when I was measuring it, I said that would fit really well there as a tower, and putting it as a corner tower here. I'm missing some colors, so like I need a 2x2 medium lavender plate. So I just have a couple of placeholders for now. But I think this is going to work really well. And I might even be able to shorten this just a little bit. So This is why we do this kind of a little bit on stream, a little bit off stream, just to kind of pull things together. But this will definitely fill out the base. So then that way we don't see the back of the tower. Yeah, yeah, I hope you're staying cool too, Cornado. It sounds awful over there. Oh my goodness. So if you don't know, for those of you listening, Cornado's in Northern California, and it has been a heat wave over there. So this is what I meant, that I'm missing some black, so I had to put some dark gray in for now, just as a placeholder. I'll have to order some parts, or see if I can grade the pick-a-brick wall a little bit. Let's see. Yeah. So I think this smoky black is going to look amazing. I don't have a lot of it, so I'm kind of making a corner unit to kind of make it look like maybe an office building. I don't know. I mean, it's microscale, so you know. That's twice now that Kara has said that the camping collaboration would have won if it weren't for my city. It's like a dagger every time. Oh no, no, you shouldn't feel that way. Oh, I'm sorry, Debo. But, you know, I almost chimed in by saying, but you know what he did is he didn't want to conflict with one of the other Tricky Lug members, you know. So it's kind of like you didn't file it in another place because you didn't want to conflict with Cornado, you know. And it's kind of like we came in second, and we should be glad that we had one of our own members, you know, bring home the prize. So I'm proud of you, Devo. Don't worry about that. It's not a dagger. We love you. And so I'm trying to decide if I should go with the lavender on the base. Yeah, I think I'll go with lavender on the base. So you see what I'm doing here is this is part of the tower that I'm building in this translucent smoky black. No big deal, exactly. No big deal. And, you know, Tricky Lug can't win everything, you know. We've got a lot of, oh yeah, see, I already put a base on this one. Yeah, Tricky Lug can't be taking home all the prizes as much as we'd like to. Okay, let's see, what did I do here? Oops, I think I did it bad. Yeah, so I was measuring this out, and I was thinking this little black, smoky black looks really cool like this. So that's what I've been doing. I've been working on, I don't know, a plaza maybe. I don't know what you want to call it. And I think, I think I need a 1x1 on the bottom here to even it up. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need that. Yeah, let me grab a black 1x1. Booyah! Booyah! How are you, Joel? Thanks for tuning in. And don't take it like a dagger, Debo. It's like we're very proud of you. I think that Mahalo Brigadier. Yes, Mahalo Brigadier. See, I don't have 1x1 plates, and so that's why I'm putting that down there. There we go. Yeah. So we are making this new kind of city, which has smoky glass, smoky black, which I don't, like I said, I don't have a lot of. I got it from a bulk bin, and I think it looks pretty cool. So now I just have to put this on. And I'm missing a 1x4. Hold up. It's Pokeball Dameron on the BBN. Thank you very much. Okay, Pokeball. That's right, because you're Poe Dameron. Yeah, that's another thing I was telling Ferg. If you listen to my broadcast with Ferg the other day, you know how we have these Star Wars names, but I'm starting to think I'm going to have to reserve those Star Wars names for the regulars, you know, because I think part of my problem is that I've been just, you know, just giving people things for free, and it's like I shouldn't be doing that. I shouldn't just be like, hey, sure, you can have a name. It's like, no, my regulars get names. Okay, so originally for my design, I was going to put this here. Let me show you how it's coming together. I was going to put the light lavender, but I realized I have 2x4s in medium lavender. So I can put those here like that. That's going to look a lot nicer. Yeah. So you can kind of see it coming together. It's like little kind of a corner plaza unit kind of thing. And then I have one more piece. And what I'm missing is a 1x2. So I need a 1x2 to go there. And then that will complete this. And oh no, that's right, I need another 1x1. All right, we'll put that at the bottom. Anyone have a Matrix Black Cat deja vu moment there? Twitch stream repeated a few seconds. Oh, it did? Really? Uh-oh. I am trying something different based on what I heard from, who is it? Eric Wilkinson, who's also known as Brick Brain TV. So I'm trying something, and I don't want to say it out loud just yet. I want to test it to see if it's working. If it did, I'm unaware. So I also need a 2x2 in medium lavender, but I have this for now because I need this structurally to hold that together. But you get the idea. So I will have a 1x2 right there to finish out the square, a 2x2 here. I got to finish the black on the back, but I think this is going to look pretty good in the corner, and this will fit right here like that, and this will cover up that bracelet. So we'll have that kind of as a design. And I think what I'm, like I said early on, what I may do is take this sidewalk out and instead put the road back here and then move this over, because now the Tomb of the Unknown Streamer can actually go here, because I was talking about the overhang, that I didn't want the overhang to be in the way. So I have a couple options, but I thought since I will own this section here and over here, then the more I talk out loud, I think I might need to do that. Maybe move the fountain over here a little bit. And I do like this new building that's coming together. It's looking pretty dope. Yeah, so if the road comes through this way, then it will continue this way. And then I think I'll need to move this sidewalk out. You won't hold it against me. You're a Lego scrub. You know, you say that, Joel, but you've put together some amazing things. I was telling, if you tuned in to the co-stream we did earlier with Joriel Builds, there was a guy who, and I think he did a Snoopy build for the Daily Brick Limit Challenge, and he put a Snoopy backdrop, and it reminded me of yours, the ones that you did, where you had Woodstock. So I think you're cutting yourself short. Okay, so if I take these out for now, and then start thinking about the road, and I think if the road continues this way, I think I've built enough here that it actually looks pretty good. All right, so let me grab, I've got some plates here. Yeah, so I was talking to Lego Maniac Zach before some of you arrived that he's going to be going to Brick Rodeo. So that is going to be fun. That's coming up real soon. Brick Rodeo in Texas. I think it's in Houston this year. Alright, so I am just putting some placeholders in. Hopefully, this is going to work. I think that I need a 1x2 on this side. Like I said, I'm kind of piecing together based on, I'm definitely going to need to order some more parts. Okay, so I need a 1x4 and a 1x2. Let me see if I can dig that up. You won't holdo it against you. Okay, let's see if I have any. Yeah, I think I've been depleting my supply of light gray. Oh, I found some lavender. I should pull those out. I gotta pull out the lavender when I find it. And I've been setting aside purple too now, because I think purple, lavender, and light lavender, they all look really good together. Yeah. There's another purple. I might as well set that aside. But yeah, we're running low on the grays, the light gray. Aha. So this one we can finish. Yeah, Glenn's gonna be at rodeo too. He has to because that's his home club, I think, or home con. And if you tuned in to my On the Move episode with Ferg, he's my con enabler. So I met him at Bricks by the Bay, and he's the one who told me, you gotta go to BrickCon and bring your Spice Pirate ship. It's an awesome convention. And then he told me, you gotta go to Bricks Cascade. And thankfully I did, because that was the last convention. And why is this one? Oh, that's an ingot. That is weird. How did that get in there? That's an ingot, isn't it? Yes, it is. That's an ingot. I was wondering, why does that look so weird in there? Alright. Yeah, I'm going to have to make a massive order. I'm definitely running low. But I think, now that I'm looking at this, you can see the road in front of Brickanista Broadcast Tower. And if I make this as a 4 module, I think I can make it much more interesting with the different colors. So yeah, I think that's definitely what I'm going to need to do. And now that I have this over here, it won't matter who's connected to me on this side, because I was worried with these bars hanging over. But this can be pushed aside, or I can even move it in one. Now that I think about it, I can move this in here. So then it's definitely not an issue. It will not be an issue. Yeah, definitely. But this little Brickanista Broadcast Network, or Brickanista Plaza, was, I've gotten more positive reviews from that one post than I have in a long time from other things that I've done. So I thought that was interesting. Okay, so now going back to this, put those in here. And I probably should go ahead and put a pin in there. So one of the things that I learned from Bill Ward is you put a pin to axle, not a pin to pin, because it's just easier to move things around. So I'm going to do that right now. And then this should line up with that. And there's another guy, Dirk, in Germany. And what he does is he actually uses magnets And then he says what's great about magnets is that you don't have to worry about how the tables might be uneven. Microcities are the rage. Yes, they are. So now I'm starting to think this actually might look really good here as a counterpoint to this square. And like I said, when I find a 1x2 in lavender, that will go there. I'm going to have to just place some orders. I have a ton of 1x4s, but I don't have 1x2s. Okay, so you can see the sidewalk coming into play. So that is going all the way down. I might still be able to do something with these macaroni tiles. I'm going to have to think about this a little bit more. But just looking at it for now, I think I'm trying to decide if I should make the fourth module here for now. I'm kind of leaning towards that, just because then I can really look at it as one big city. But, oops, yeah. Yeah, this is looking good. It doesn't look as crowded, because when I had the fountain here, it was like too close to the walkway. I think putting this out and stretching this over with this new tower. So I'll angle this for the camera so you can kind of see it. So that's what we're looking at, and I know I've got to replace these parts, but I think it's looking really good. This may be the lavender city that I bring to a con someday. In fact, I could put this at BrickCon when BrickCon comes out. Should be soon, hopefully. We always say that, you know, we're right now, we don't know for sure until the 15th, which is in 4 days. 4 days we'll know. Are we in person or are we going to be virtual? And it's still really dicey, honestly. Just when you read the reports about both the Delta and now there's a Lambda variant too. And in our case, there is a homeless shelter that is being used in that center that we normally display in, which is another reason why they're not sure if they're going to do it. Hydrate, yo! Okay, thank you. Thank you, Tornado. I really appreciate all of you guys keeping me focused. Thank you. If it's in person, would you go? If I can get Novavax in time, yes. In fact, I had so much fun hanging out with Ferg that it's almost like he and Allie and Brickworm are like the people who I always hang with at conventions. And I would certainly miss that if I wasn't able to do it in person. And I am working as the theme coordinator for Dystopia. So I kind of have to be there. But, you know, it all depends on what's happening with the vaccines. It's kind of sad, but yeah, that's what I'm working on. I'm working and waiting on. How about you, Joel? Would you? How many of you would actually come up to Seattle? Because you and Cornado are in California. Would you take the trip up to Seattle? I'm gonna go grab a plate. I will say that the drive, it's a bit of a drive. Join the Pfizer Club. It's so nice. I got it twice. I might. I've been talking to people who've had side effects, and it sounds like the people who've gotten Pfizer are have less side effects than people who have not. So if I were to do that, I'm still holding out though, because if you remember, they're talking about getting boosters in the fall. So if they're going to do boosters, those boosters may be Novavax. So it'd be kind of like, you know, if I have to get a booster in the fall, I might as well just wait until the fall to get vaccinated. So far so good. I've been very, very lucky. Staying healthy, staying COVID free. Let's see. So I'm running low on my my joiner connector sections. Let's see. Yeah, I think everybody here except for me has been vaccinated, so I'm like a late bloomer. And like I said, when I went to that root beer store, I think it was yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, I think I went yesterday. Oh my God, I freaked out. I totally freaked out. There were so many people in that store. And I said, "Can I check out? I'm checking out. I'm leaving out the front door so I can walk all the way around the building so I don't have to go through the stream of people." You're thinking about going to Scareback. That would be awesome. I would love to go to Scareback too. That's something that's on my dream list, but I just don't know if you know, being in a tube, being in a flying tube for that long is still something I'm not comfortable with. I'm looking for my 1x3s. I just had them. Where did my 1x3s go? Oh, here they are, I think. Yep. I have them at my feet. So any cons is not a priority. I see. Yeah, if you're saving up for Scareback, definitely. Scareback is definitely, from what I've heard, worth waiting for. I've traced my recent Talking Heads kickback to Revenge of the Nerds. You identify with Booger? I don't think I've seen Revenge of the Nerds, so I don't know the reference. It sounds good, though. Yeah, the more I'm looking at this, making this a 4-quadrant city is actually definitely the better move. Good job, Brickanista. Yeah. Yeah, because just the more I look at this, it's like if I do go to a con with this, I will definitely want it to be together, and I want the Brickanista Broadcast Network especially to be the outside facing. Because the other thing is, if you don't put a sidewalk down, then they could rearrange your modules to put them in other places. So that's the other strategy too, is that if I design this as a 4-quadrant unit, then they could, place it elsewhere. Theoretically, airplane cabin air is better filtered until towards the end of the flight when the lavatories begin to smell. Well, I guess it also depends if you're at the front of the plane or the back of the plane, because I've also heard that first class has also better circulation than the what do they call it, steerage? What did they call it in the what was it, Titanic? I think it was called you're in steerage. Third class. Yeah, I don't know. Has anybody here taken a plane since COVID? I haven't. I can tell you right now, I'm going to be very reluctant to get on a plane for a while. That's why if I am going to go to another con in person, it will definitely be Bricks Cascade in addition to BricsCon, or BrickCon, because BrickCon is right in my own backyard. Bricks Cascade is in Portland, which is a 3-hour drive, so that's easy to do. But yeah, I kind of committed to Ferg that I would be doing Bricks Cascade because I'm going to be working on my Jurassic Park modular. That's going to be interesting. I don't know if there's any Jurassic Park fans here, but I'm going to be doing a veterinary services hospital. I'll go if you drive. Oh, you have taken a Lego plane, not too far though, just across the room. Used to travel every other week to LAX. Wow. Wow. Yeah, if you want to drive up to Bricks Cascade, that's in March of next year. I think we'll all be vaccinated by then. And Bricks Cascade, the space is so nice. And I know you're into castle. They have a castle area. Hi, Hooded One. How are you? Welcome to the stream. What I'm working on right now is building out my black plaza. So, yeah, I've decided I'm gonna go with four blocks instead of 6 or 9 blocks. Also because of parts. I need more parts. I'm running low on parts. And oh, Debo, I think you missed it yesterday. I made Pandey Panda Tower, and Pandey Panda Tower has the beat bit tile. So one of the ones that you sent to me. Yeah, so you'll like that when I show it to you. Yeah, I think that definitely I do miss going to conventions, but I also don't miss the crowds. I was talking to somebody about how I've always been thought of as an extrovert, but ever since COVID, there was one person I was at a meeting with, and she thought I was an introvert because I didn't really say much. And I said, no, people who've met me say I'm an extrovert. And my friend Julie today laughed at me when I told her that. Pan, pan, pan. Yes. Are the buildings supposed to be that close to the circular Brickanista Broadcast Network tower? Yes. They are covering up the wristband. So you can see, let me see if I can show this to the camera. So you see how the wristband is the not so pretty side? We had a debate about this yesterday, and people were saying, you don't want to put like a facade on it because then it ruins the look. But I said, but if you're going to do a 360 view, if you're showing this at a con, you don't want that showing. So this covers it up just so that you don't see the wristbands. And then if you do want to show it to people at a con, you can pull it out and say, oh, here's how this was done. The pandemic has allowed me to live out my fantasy of being a shut-in. It's tough changing gears. Yeah. Well, you know, people have always known me to be an extrovert, which is kind of true. But this pandemic, I think I'm embracing my inner introvert because I don't really miss hanging out with people. Honestly, I think it's because I have all of you, that I can hang out with virtually. And yeah, I don't really miss it. I will be honest though, seeing Ferg, I haven't seen him in a year and gosh, 4 months, something like that. So it was really good to connect with him again. So, and if you don't know about him, he's already been recognized for a lot of his work on Beyond the Brick. Not even one stud away from the building. Oh my God. Now you guys are saying it's too close. Are you serious? After all of that debate we had yesterday? So you think I should move it one stud out? Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, if you think about it, the way skyscrapers are built, they really are on top of each other like that. And there are no windows behind the Brickanista Broadcast Network tower, so I'm not occluding a view. In fact, if anything, these people don't have a view except for the ones that are in this portion of the tower that can see out. You guys crack me up, though. It's like, you can't cover up that because you need to be able to show it. It's like, yeah, but it looks awful from the back. All right, so I'm going to turn this whole thing around so you can see the back of, or let's see if we can do this. You wasn't around for the debate. You had to sleep early. Okay. Well, I could move it out one stud, but then, like I said, I don't think it'll look as good. So let's see. Let's see. How am I going to show you this? Let's see. This might be a good view. You like Hooded One's idea. You rewatched the stream yesterday. I wonder why you didn't use those axles on the BBN building to extend the building. Are you talking about these holes here? I mean, you mean to extend it up? Is that what you mean? Are you talking about extending up or extending out? because here, I'll separate these out to kind of show you that there's the Brickanista Broadcast Network tower. And one thing we did do, we compromised, is that if you remember, the old one had 3 bushings to hold it down, and then the last one was empty. So I filled out that, and I filled out this, so it has 4 on each side. Extend the axles and turn them into walkways between the buildings. Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. So put I don't know, some sort of bridge coming out of here to like another circular bridge or a circular building. But the thing is, this piece was $30. I happened to get it for free from Ferg because he happened to have one. So, I don't know, maybe. I'm not going to acquiesce on this just yet because I kind of like how this city looks when it's all put together. So when it's like this, oops, I'm going to move that over. So that covers that side of the bracelet. This one covers this side of the bracelet. And then I did design this, so then that way, here's Pandey Panda Tower, by the way. So Debo, you missed this yesterday. This is what Pandey Panda Tower looks like, and there's the beat bit tile. It's like at the front entrance. It doesn't have to be a circular building. Okay, well, I'll think about it, but honestly, I kind of like how this looks because from this view, all right, I'm going to use this top camera. Let me go back to my full screen view and then show you from my top camera so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so here, let's see if I can angle this way. All right, so you have Pandey Panda Tower. There's the beat bit. Thank you, Debo. This is awesome. And there's the entrance. And you see how the other tower is right behind it, but I kept it so the studs are away. And then there's the top of the tower. And then we have this one, which will be on the side. Of course, let me just put this in play. So there's, you know, we have this pretty decent plaza that we can work with. That's the other reason why I moved it all the way out. Nice use of the beat bit. Thank you. That's why scrapers have setbacks. It's for sunlight. Okay, so everybody's telling me to move this tower back a stud. Is that what you're saying? Move this back a stud? But like I said, by doing it this way, and you can see from the top here, let's see if I can do it this way. There is some gaps in between because it's circular. So, I don't know. I guess I could move it over 1. Or maybe I can move it over 2 if we're going to move it. But like I said, the whole point of putting these up were to hide the ugly side. Sorry to say that, but the ugly side of the bracelet. Debo knows a lot about building architecture and finding out. Yes, he does. He absolutely does. And then going back to the front here, here's the plaza now with this here. So this overhang on this bar is going to be on this back, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. You're just making it easier for bad guys to jump from building to building and escape. Okay. We can have the parkour course, right, of the Brickanista Broadcast Network. All right, I'll go back to my down camera. I mean, this is why I also, you know, I would have never come up with the panda divers if it wasn't for you. So I will look at your advice. So let's see if I decide to move this. All right, so let's just say we move it over. 1 stud would be there. So you're saying move it over 1 stud or 2 studs? That would be 2 studs if I put it there. And then if I move this out 1 stud. Yeah, see, if I do that, I feel like I'm still going to have to put something here to hide that building. Or is she making it easier for the tick to travel from roof to roof in pursuit of mighty justice? Oh boy. Okay, well, here, I think this one will be the easiest one to move first. So let's try that. Because I think I can keep most of it intact, except for those there. Okay, so you're suggesting I move this back 2 or 1? Seems practical. All right, so let's start with 1, because I can always move it again. Because like I said, it's a pretty solid structure. And this is a new technique I haven't done before, setting up the mirrors or the windows. So as you can see, this is what I did with the windows. I just stacked them. And okay, so if I put this here, all right, so this is 1 stud back. 1 stud back, and this will be, if it's 1 stud back, it'll be here. And then I guess I could put another building here, maybe? I don't know. I still can see, I can still see the wristbands. Tick animated is the apex of keen. That looks cool. For some reason, that building reminds you of a building in Vegas. Oh, yeah, it does kind of look like a Vegas building, a big lavender Vegas building with a panda tile in front. We are calling it Pandey Panda Towers. And last night we were talking about how Pandey Panda is actually the owner of the Brickanista Broadcast Network and does all the funding. Because somebody had asked if the pandas are stealing Wi-Fi from the Brickanista Broadcast Network. So we had that discussion. So that was kind of fun. Okay, so all right, I'm going to buy into your 1 stud back. So we'll do the 1 stud back for the alleyways, maybe. I think 2 studs might be too much. But, okay, so based on that, I need to move this one back a stud as well, right? That looks cool. I'm glad you like it. So, but I think, are people in agreement before I do that about how I think we're just going to make it a four city blocks or 4 Micropolis blocks? It reminds me of one of the Caesar Palace buildings. Oh, yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about too. I stayed at Caesar's Palace back in 2019, I think. Yeah, 2019. Embarrassment Casino. Yes, exactly. It could be the Embarrassment Casino. All right, I need to make some room here because we're going to have to redo this. You remember, this one is more fragile than the other one, so this is probably going to fall apart. So we're going to try to do this as elegantly as possible without too much fuss. Let's see. Okay. Oh, you Googled it? And it does look like a Caesar's Palace? Wow, maybe subconsciously I was channeling my inner gambler. Yeah, definitely need some clickies here to move this over. Because I think we're moving it from the corner over 1 and back 1. So yeah, these are pretty tight. Well, I will look at it after I'm done putting this up, but that sounds pretty cool, Joel. That I happen to make a casino-looking building for the pandas. So maybe it is Embarrassment Casino. Put little longer axles in the Brickanista Broadcast building and create a fire escape, which is seriously lacking on the side. The other can be used to make a walkway in another building. Oh, man. So the axle, though, would have to connect to another building with an axle. And the other problem with that is that this is supposed to be Micropolis, where you have the modules connected at the base. So I would have to design it because the design of it should be you can move the modules anywhere. But if I have an axle sticking out of it, that kind of defeats the purpose of what Micropolis is supposed to do. So I hope Max will join in, because Max has done a lot of Micropolis, and we can get the okay from Max. But yeah. Okay, so I am moving this, I think. Just want to make sure that this is going to be, because the tower is going to be there. This is the edge. This is the edge. Okay, all right. And let's start. Let's see. It's a good place to start. I guess this one might be a good place to start right here. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, when I've been doing Micropolis for a little bit, not a long time, but that's how Brickworm and I met. Was actually I showed her how to do the Micropolis standard, and then she had one of her micro buildings that she had already built, and then she put it on the base. You can make Micropolis buildings covering multiple base plates, so it should be no problem. Okay. All right, well, if I still do that, okay, so let's think this through. If I end up making a walkway between the Panda Tower, it would be what, between the Panda Tower and here? Like a walkway between these two? Because there's also one kind of angling this way. So it's almost as if it would have to go to this other plate. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm still skeptical. I'm still on the fence about this idea. I'm still keeping an open mind though. I'm not discounting it completely, but I am still skeptical. Because, like I said, trying to get all these components to kind of work together. Okay, so we have, oops, did I put that in the wrong place? Actually, sure, yeah. Okay, so that goes there. I have, it's your world. Okay, it is. It is the Brickanista Broadcast Network Plaza. But you know, I take comments from the gallery seriously. Like I said, I wouldn't have done the Panda Divers if it wasn't for the comments. Panda Divers and judges and everybody loved it. It was awesome. So I have you all to thank for giving me some really, really awesome suggestions. And once again, I still need to order some parts because I don't have a 2x2 in lavender. So I'm just putting that in. So this is kind of almost like I guess a rain shelter. I probably could put a gap here so that it looks like there's a place to enter the building. I can arrange that later. But yeah, so far it seems to be kind of working. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, I think I need a one by one lavender up top too. So, because that is going to fit here. Yeah. So like I said, I know I need to order some parts. I need a 1x2 to finish that square off. Okay, so let's see how this looks based on the feedback from the gallery. All right, so, all right, 6. All right, so we got that one. We got this one. And we have this. So we have one stud apart now between the buildings. And I'm looking at it from this angle, and I still need a building here to kind of occlude that. But at least this kind of covers it from this side. Because, like I said, I'm trying to make this for a con. So then that way, if somebody was looking at this, they could look at it and just kind of admire the city. And then later, if they're talking to me, they say, how did you do that cylinder, building? And you used dots bracelets. And how did that happen? And then you can actually remove it and show them. And that's the other reason why I think if I were to put a connector, if you're at a show and you're trying to explain to somebody how you did something, you can't really just pull it apart, right? And if you go to a show, if it's part of a huge Micropolis setting and yours is right in the middle, you won't be able to remove it anyway. So it all depends on how the presenters put the different buildings together. Okay, so I'm gonna take your advice and leave it here with the one stud offset. I think it looks okay. All I've heard so far is it's your world. So, like I said, I'm gonna leave that one stud alleyway. Oh, and just who I was just talking to or about, Max. I need your advice, Max. I need to pick your brain. So we were having a discussion about Micropolis buildings that are connected to each other with a bridge. And so what's been the discussion right now is that I have this bracelet that has a couple of open studs here that I theoretically could connect into a bridge going across. But I was under the impression with these modulars that you can, remove this, remove that, move things around. But if things are connected together that are not connected via the bottom, that makes it harder to put onto a display, because you have to, like, for example, if these two buildings are connected to each other, technically these two have to go together. My understanding is that you should be able to unhook every piece when you go to a show and then combine them together. So is that true, or am I mistaken? When using the ugly part as a part of the building, it's easier to hide. I guess. Max dropping facts. Well, I hate to put you on the spot, Max. We were just talking about you because I know you've done a lot of Micropolis builds, and I wasn't sure what the standard was with regard to cross-building bridges. What do we do with cross-building bridges? And like I said, the reason why I've put these buildings so close together is that I wanted to hide that some of those what do you call them, the bushings. And if I do it this way, it's pretty close. You dropped something? Okay, well, while you're thinking about that, if I do the one stud offset, so people were telling me these buildings were too close together, so I did a one stud offset, so thank you for that advice. And now I still need to put a building here, and maybe I could almost mirror this building, so it's almost like twin buildings that look the same, but I don't know if I have enough of those smoky colored bricks. On Flickr, there's a great micro railway station covering multiple plates. That is true. However, that, I believe, is actually another modular, which is connected on the side. So even though it looks like they're connected and over each other, I thought that the railway was actually a separate set of modules. And I could be wrong, but I've seen that, the one that I think Zonker Harris has done, Zonker or maybe Bill Ward. And that's the other person I should talk to, is Bill Ward, because Bill would give me an opinion. There have been some skyways and local Micropolis modules. Okay, so how does that work as far as the skyways? Are those two modules, can you disconnect them and then you put the skyways in afterwards? Because that's what we're debating about right now, is that I'm of the ilk of just covering it, and right now they were saying my covering was too close. Is there a Micropolis scale? I could be the first as far as what? Putting a walkway between a a a dots bracelet. Is that what you're saying? Or I don't know. I don't know if I want to be the first. I guess I could be the first. And then Debo was asking if there's a Micropolis scale, because technically these are kind of lower. I've seen Micropolis scales twice this height. So this is kind of medium height, I think. But I'm gonna look for my smoky black while you all discuss. Yeah, I don't have a lot. I might have enough to do one more panel. Some have been permanently attached, some have not. See. So when you said I would be the first, you're talking about the fact it'd be a dots bracelet and putting a walkway between a dots bracelet. Yeah, possibly. Let's see. Well, you know, I was talking to Ferg about how he's been showcased on Beyond the Brick already 3 times for the builds he's done. And he said that my buildings are subtle, which is why I haven't been discovered by Beyond the Brick. And maybe what I need to do is, if I do a walkway between the bracelet buildings, you ordered the large Micropolis info site. Oh, okay. You would just hide the inconvenient parts of my build. That's exactly what we were talking about. I've been hiding them. They said, no, I need to expand them and build walkways from the empty holes. The cities you've been making are about 1 plate to 10 feet. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm still liking the way this is looking. So I'm thinking now that this could be, I mean, if we were talking about, you know, connecting buildings, then this might actually be straddling two modules. But I kind of like having them dependent, or dependent but interdependent, right? Yeah, so I have enough for one more if I wanted to build up on this thing. When you said I could be the first, you're referring to standardizing the skyways. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to be the standard. You know who I should talk to as well is Kaz Mockett. Because Kaz Mockett, I think, has done a lot of microscale too. Let's see what her opinion is about that. Like I said, the way I've designed it right now, these, you know, if I decide I just want to bring the Brickanista Broadcast Network module, let's just say we're at a convention, they say we're running out of space, you can only do one 16 by 16, I would put that one in. I think what Hooded One is trying to say, and correct me if I'm wrong, by turning the parts you hide into a feature, then there's nothing to hide anymore. I say, in Micropolis, a stud is about 7.5 feet wide. Each plate is roughly 3 feet high. Oh, okay, good to know. There could easily be a skyway standard. I want to work on the steampunk airship standard. That's what I want to be known for. It's not a perfect scale. Yeah, well, like I said, I've already taken your advice of a 1 stud offset. So I've taken your advice there. I'll take your other advice of the walkway on advisement. So I could do this like angular like this too. Because you know I love rotators and offsetting things by studs or by jumpers that I hadn't thought about, maybe putting one at an angle. That could be fun. That could be fun if I put this on maybe like a gray round base or something. I don't know if I have one handy. Do I have a round base handy? Oh, this could be fun. You remember these from Star Wars, I think? These domes. Put some of these domes in play. But these are, I think, you have to put them in this way. I don't know, that's a little big. You would contact Nathan at virtualmicropolis.com. Oh, okay. I mean, I would think somebody has made a standard already, as far as, you know, But I think what we could do, in fact, Debo, you and I should probably chat about this, is that I think you should put together a tutorial on how to use the lifter arm pinned axle technique. Because I think, I attribute that to you, not to me. I think you should do some sort of a blog about it, or technical tip or something, because I think that would be awesome. One brick height is 9 feet. One stud wide is 7.5 feet. Okay. Virtualmicropolis.com. Okay. Okay. I'll check that out. For the bracelets, yes. I think your bracelet technique, I mean, now we can show 2 examples, right? That you've done your Katamari Dharmasi, and then I've done this cylindrical Micropolis building using that method. I think other people, I've already heard from Robin Eklund that she really likes how the bracelets were used, so she wants to get in on that. So yeah, I totally think you should have some sort of, tutorial, or it could be on tips and bricks. In fact, that's what maybe you should do, is like position it with tips and bricks and see if it's featured there. That would be dope, yo. Just saying. Just saying. Okay, so now the question is, if I do a mirror image of this building over here, and that would cover this up, and that would be kind of a cool feature. Oh, hey, Bobo Lavu. You inspired me to buy a bunch of clearance at Target today to see what I can do. Oh, really? As far as the bracelets? Wow. See? I can do a video on wristband versatility. Yeah, I think, honestly, Debo, I mean, that technique is really something that is a game changer. And even people have told me that this Brickanista Broadcast Network, the tower, with the bracelet and the font and all of that, the adventure bracelet. Oh, adventure bracelet. Oh, wow. Is that like some sort of castle you're building? That sounds really cool. Yeah. There's a Target clearance. Well, I don't know. Where are you based, Bobo Lavu? Target has the dots clearance. I shouldn't have heard that. Should do it as an hour-long convention. Yeah, actually, that would be great. You should do a like techniques, innovative techniques, or something like that, like a what do you call it? An education session. I think that would be awesome. But I think, like I said, I'm not going to take credit for it because it was your idea. All I'll take credit for is using your method in another way, because you're the one who came up with the method, and I just used it for a building. So I think you should think about it, Debo, because I think there's a lot. One thing people were asking me is, why haven't I invited the Lego Masters on my show? And part of it is because Lego Masters are good. They're awesome. A lot of them are amazing. As you know, I'm a big fan of Flynn and Richard. But I also think there's so many really good builders that nobody knows about because everybody's focused on the Lego Masters. So I'd like to give some visibility to some of those people. So that's why I haven't really been inviting the Lego Masters onto my show. I also think there's so many other shows who have been having them on. Target reduced the base price for a bunch of the Mario stuff. No. So it does not show as a sale. And by us, hand a lot on clearance dots was the adventure bracelet and the desk organizer. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I wonder, would that show up online when you order online? Because that would be cool. That would be super cool. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm putting the base down for a second tower. It's going to be offset, and I'm going to do a mirror image of this tower on this side, and that will be super cool. And it'll cover the bracelet. I know you are all saying I need to put like a walkway or something, but if I put a walkway, that also removes the amount of space that I can build here. Time to clear Mario to make shelf space for new Mario. Yeah, that's probably true. In fact, August 1st is around the corner. And I'm going to be standing in line for the Luigi. I want that Luigi. So the Luigi starter set has the pink Yoshi on it. You know I'm going to be all over that. So I have 2 of these, so I can put these as placeholders for now. But I think, yeah, I'm just going to put some, I think I actually might have the lavender 1x1s that I can put there. Add in video. I could call it Odd Pieces in Compromising Positions. Provocative. Nenard the Great. A double shift. I'm not sure what you mean by a double shift. As far as these 2 buildings, yeah, I think I'm going to do a mirror image. I think you see that a lot in architecture, where you have 2 buildings. I mean, just like the Twin Towers, right, before they fell. They were, you know, kind of a mirror image of each other. And even some of the condos that are down in South Beach are like that too, where they have the same kind of floor plan. You don't have to build a walkway. It was just a suggestion to make to part you are hiding more of a feature. Yeah, I think I appreciate that, but I don't think I'm ready for that. I think for now, I think for me, at least my building skills and what I want to accomplish with this city, I think that I'm more comfortable taking kind of a a more conservative approach, for lack of a better term. Yeah, but I do appreciate all the feedback. It really means a lot because I have gotten some amazing ideas from all of you. And I definitely would not have, like the Panda mock is still one of my favorites, the one with the Let's Go Camping. You're right, now I have something to talk about tomorrow. Oh, yeah, that's true, your Monday stream. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and then if you do it on your Monday stream, you'll have it recorded, and then you can have a testimonial because, you know, I can say, I've done that technique and it's amazing. You know? So, okay. I guess I don't have, I thought I had, oh, you know what I did is I had a bunch of these, but I doubled them up. So I may not have any more of those in lavender. I'm going to have, like I said, I'm going to have to place a big order because I do like how this sitting is coming across. And if I put this here, then you won't see that as obvious. You weren't around for the Tricky Bricks lug meeting to watch the builds. They're going to do that Friday. Yeah, so Friday they've decided that they're going to go do that. And I'm hesitating because I want to see what colors I have. All right. I have some in this magenta color, so I might use that for now. Or is it red? It's hard to tell. It's like red and magenta are like the same. All right, we're gonna go, let's see. I'm seeing how many magenta I have right now. So what I did is I put black on the back, and then I put these on the sides like this. And then, yeah. So this one will be under construction. I should like put a crane up. This is an under construction build. You're expanding your mini city too? It's addictive, these little things. Yeah, it is. Yeah, so don't worry, Joel. If you want to, you can watch the Tricky Bricks stream. I think this week, I think this Friday, I think instead of the work in progress, I think they're going to do all the camping builds. TB Sundays are no longer must-watch TV. I don't find deep dive into LM2 recaps very interesting. Yeah, I agree with you there. I think that I don't know. It's a different mentality, right? And this goes back to my earlier point about why I haven't been inviting Lego Masters on my show. It's just I think they already have plenty of visibility. I personally want to see more non-Lego Masters get some of the limelight. You know, like I said, a lot of people did not know about Ferg, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to invite him on my show. Is He is an amazing builder. When he brought his 5-foot tower to BrickCon, I was shocked he didn't even get like an honorable mention for that. That tower was freaking amazing. And so I kind of want to showcase like the unsung heroes, right? So because everybody else knows about the Lego Masters. They can tune in to pretty much any other show and find out about them. So I'm gonna kind of keep to the space of, yeah, I love the Lego Masters. I think there's a lot of them that have some good techniques and interesting information, but I also kind of don't want to buy into all the hype, right? All the hype that's around the show. I mean, it's like I said, they're really good people. So I don't want to steer you wrong there. Oh, actually, I found some lavender. Yay! Found some lavender. Yeah, I don't have a lot, but I can at least put some up so we can get a sense of what it's going to look like. And I need to add a black stud on the bottom. But yeah, this is looking good. And I was playing around with like an inner core, like to put kind of in this middle section, but I figured I'm just going to keep it simple for now. Fancy Maker's Mark. Are you talking about what you're drinking right now? You've been reading a little bit on the Micropolis standard. You might try to do some yourself. Oh yeah, that would be great. In fact, Micropolis would be an awesome Tricky Bricks collab. There's several of us who are already doing Micropolis standard. So if you wanted to jump in on that, that would be awesome. Would love to see you do that. Okay, I'm finding a couple more smoky bricks. Found a couple in here. You'd be more interested in Lego Masters if Debo and I are on the show making other contestants cry. You keep saying that it's going to be you and Debo. I have a feeling Debo is going to be courted by a lot of people. I think now that his other partner has said she doesn't want to do it, I think everybody's like, Debo, would you be my partner? Debo, I want to talk to you. It's like, yeah, Debo's going to be like the belle of the ball. Everybody wants to have Debo as a partner. So yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. So Debo, just, lots of people going to be contacting you. All right, so you kind of get the sense of what I'm doing here. So this is under construction because I need to get some more of those smoky parts because I do like that smoky black glass. And in fact, I should switch these because if I put it this way, this will cover up that building better. And if I put that there, yep, you can still see it because we have that one gap offset that you guys wanted to have. You're not to me, so I don't really want that. But I put the one gap offset. And yeah, I still see it, but I know that, for me as a builder, I'm noticing those things, right? You got to go? Okay, take care, Hoodie. Have a good day. You only want to be on the show if the producers can guarantee my villain role. Oh, shucks. I'm a late blooming debutante. Yeah, you're going to have like all these people bringing you roses and telling you, will you be my partner? It's because you're so talented, Debo. You'll do the camera wrangling, Joel. Yeah, I think that's pretty funny. I mean, you should think, honestly, Debo, you should think about if you were going to pick your ideal partner for Lego Masters, who would that be? And then, lobby for that person. Because you're going to, like I said, if people are going to start interviewing next go around, you're going to have a lot of people. The Debo, who's going to, what are you going to do this year? Do you need a partner? I'm still on the fence if I'm going to go do this again. I have to talk to Brickworm to see what's on her mind. But yeah, I mean, I've been through the interview process twice, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to put myself through that again, honestly. And but this is looking really good. Yeah. I'm not as happy as I was when it was right up against the BBN tower, but I see everybody's point, so I think a one stud offset, I think, works. because this one with the one stud offset will actually have 2 in there. And if you're looking at it from above, you can't really hide the studs or hide this anyway. Who did you apply with, Debo Bricks? I got a Facebook friend request from an LM casting agent. Are you kidding me? Did you just get that? Are they already looking at not accepting it? Yeah, you tell them to go someplace, right? I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do if a Lego casting agent reaches out to me again. I'm just going to say, can you like rewind the tape and look at what I've done before? I mean, I get it that they have a lot of candidates that they interview, but honestly, it is kind of a pain. It is a pain, so I'm kind of on the fence about it if I would do it again. Which one, Pokeball? They approached Monica and her partner waffled, so I jumped in. And oh, so which casting agent reached out to you? Yeah, yeah. Oh, by the way, speaking of lavender lug, the other thing I've been doing, Debo, is I've been setting aside characters that have lavender in them. So I have, for example, this Ursula, the old style Ursula, not the mini doll super skinny Ursula, but I'm thinking that, you know, on a bigger scale, this is micro scale, but on a bigger scale, you can have almost like how you have Fantasy Town with Cornado, we could have Lavender Town. You can have that. I know this Ursula is awesome. So if you're thinking about building Lavender Town and then putting that as a for something for a con, I'd be totally down for that. And then having the lavender people showing up to Lavender Town. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, like I said, Debo, you're gonna have a lot of people, I think, approaching him. Ralph Corinne. I also got 2 cold calls from the other 2 casting agents for Lego Masters 2. Was that recent? Did you do that recently, or was that earlier? Yeah, because like I said, I think, and I was talking to Marianne Asanuma about how she says they have pissed off so many people in the Lego community because of their waffling and saying, yeah, you'd be great, or, you know, we'll be reaching out to you. And then, like, you don't hear from them until they've already casted. And they're like, you know, that was not cool, people. Okay, I'm looking to see if I have any other. So these are the snot bricks. Good morning. How are you, Blue Budgie? So we were just talking about why I have not invited Lego Masters on my show is mostly because I think they got plenty of people asking them for, you know, interviews and such. And I think I would like to showcase the unknown, you know, people who are amazing builders, but just don't have the visibility of some of these others. And I think all of the Lego Masters are awesome. Honestly, if one of them came up to me and asked me they wanted to be on my show, I might consider it. But I haven't really actively reached out to them because I just think there's a lot of amazing builders that I want to have on my show, you know, before them. You know, and like I said, they have plenty of people who are, you know, interested in having them on the show. So I don't need to compete. maybe if I did though, maybe I'd have more people watching my show. It's a catch-22. Am I expanding my mini city? Yes, I've expanded it three 16 by 16. So we were just talking about how originally I had thought about not putting the walkway on the front of the Brickanista Broadcast Network. And instead, I have decided, let me see if I can turn this around. Hold up. Let's put these here. I'm trying to be better now about cleaning up as I go because I have knocked over so many pieces and so many parts, and it goes back to I just need to sit down and reconstruct my build area because I just don't have a lot of space to build. I have too many things on my table. So yeah. So here's what's going on. So we have, this is the original. And what I've been doing is I've been moving these walkways because I think what we're going to do instead is put the roadway here. And so I've put a walkway. Let's see if I can get that off. Okay. Yeah, so I put the roadway going across in front of the Brickanista Broadcast Network. And I was mentioning, and this was before Max showed up, is that I was mentioning about how when you go to a show, usually it's better if you have a block of 4 when you show up, because then the block of 4 can be inserted into the city into certain ways. And so what I'm doing here is I'm connecting these up. There's something in the way. What's in the way? Ah, get that out of the way. Okay. So now we have Blavender City, for lack of a better term. We have Blavender City. And I was talking yesterday about how the Brickanista Broadcast Network tower has these, the back studs, you know, the not as attractive side of the building. I don't know how well the casting folk are coordinated because a month after that, another one hit me up on Instagram. Yeah, it's a free-for-all. They get bonus if they find a person they found gets cast. Oh, yeah. Well, I have other reasons why I'm very reluctant to kind of feed into that culture. And that's probably why I haven't asked the Lego Masters to come on my show. So anyway, so here's the original. And then I moved the fountain from here to over here, as well as the Tomb of the Unknown streamer. And then on the back, oh, I should mention that this is a new building. And I don't have all the parts, so that's why it has, you know, kind of a strange look with different colors. So I have to order the parts here as well. So would that mean you can submit multiple applications? Maybe. I mean, last time I applied, I had applied with Dave, who's in Chicago, and he's the one who wrote that book, the Lego animation book, and I had met him at Bricks by the Bay. So anyway, so, but we hadn't built together, and I was still fairly new. At least with Brickworm, I had more of a, you know, an origin story with her because she and I met at the Women's Brick Initiative. You know, we had, you know, the backstory. Don't they ask if another casting agent approached you? Yeah, probably. Like I said, it's a cluster. It's a cluster, and they're all trying to get, you know, contestants and all of that. But I think the other thing, and I don't really want to talk about this too much, but you kind of know what happened with Brickworm. So that was not cool. That whole situation was not cool. And I don't know what else to say, but just that the producers should have thought better. I think the producers really made a bad move when they did that. Okay, so I'm looking at this now from this side, going back to Blue Budgie's question. So yeah, so Brickanista Broadcast Network is still here. And then I built this Panda Tower, which is back here. And let's see if I can, what happened to Brickworm? I'll have to tell you offline. I will tell you offline. I'm not going to say it while I'm on the air. But here is the Pandey Panda Tower. So I have this panda tile right there, which is the Beat Bit tile, which is my signature. And yeah. So I'll tell you offline, Joel. We'll have a chat. So anyway, so we have the what I did with this tower here, and apparently Joel said this looks like a Caesar's Palace building, which I think is hilarious. So that could be the casino. Yeah. So now I had built this to kind of block this view, and if I build it a second one so that it's kind of mirrored, it actually looks, I think it'll look really good. So I'm going to I'm going to need some plates and some tiles and some other things because I'm really getting low on my lavender parts. In fact, I do have this. This kind of could take the place. Let's see, what else do I have that can kind of... You like the aesthetic of my OG Micropolis? A certain whimsy to it. Yeah, exactly. There is whimsy to how these are being done. Yeah, I've got, like I said, I've just got a hodgepodge of different plates and things, and I think that right now I need really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need like a 1x4 plate or a 2x4 plate. I just need to order more of these, I think. So yeah, thank you, thank you. I try, you know, I think that all of us have a certain aesthetic, and I have not studied architecture. I just kind of look at it and see what I like and what I think will look good. But yeah, I don't have the right size, but I'm going to put this plate down just to kind of give you a sense of how this is going to kind of flow. And I know that's off, so, but you can see that I have to build this up. And once this is complete and they're both even, it's going to look amazing. It's going to look super cool. Everyone knows it's whimsy. You're getting hungry? Be right back. Okay. Get a poke bowl for yourself. Captain Crunch. That's great. That's awesome, Joel. And I just realized that I think if I look at the other side, that this needs a plate on top. Yeah. So I'm going to do that real quick. It needs a plate, and then I can put the tile on there. Yeah, I think, like I said, you know, if we think about it, they're trying to do a job of creating entertainment for us, right? And they find certain people who meet a certain demographic, and they decide that you're worthy, so we're going to put you on the air, and which I think is cool, but I also think that their methods are questionable. That's what I'll say. They have questionable methods. All right, so I am just looking at this, trying to see if that's even. Yeah, that will even out. I do like this fatter section than the skinnier one. So that also looking at it from the top down, that's definitely going to be better. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll have like these two similar towers, and because of the way they're placed, they could be removed, and we could just have the Brickanista Tower, or we can put them in play, and yeah, that looks good. And then just looking at it from this angle, it looks like a nice placement next to the Panda Towers. So yeah. So I've been playing around with it, and the more I look at this, this is definitely the good way to go. And then now I'm just restricted to 4 16x16s instead of my original plan was to make this even farther back. And the more I thought about it, I said, yeah, I should just stick to 4 because that means more lavender, you know, plates and tiles and bricks that I'm going to need to get. And I think this is definitely going to be a con entry for BrickCon. I think this is going to be called probably Blavender City or the Brickanista Broadcast Network Plaza. Hi, V2 Blast. How are you? Thank you for joining the stream. How are you? Yeah, we were just talking about how I have expanded the Brickanista Broadcast Network, this module. So if you can see here, there's 4 now. This is where we started, and I just realized I need to move that. There's a walkway here. Or maybe I could leave that walkway. Hold up. Maybe I can keep that walkway and play. Because I had a walkway coming out this way, but I think that one might actually still work here. Yeah, that actually still works. We can still do that. And then 1x6 going across. Yeah, that is possible. Or maybe I have it curved. I don't know. Still something to think about if I have this walkway coming through. You're going to take off? You need to get some rest? Hey, that's fine. Yeah, tomorrow think about whether you want to do, you know, the technique on your stream. I think that would be cool. Yeah, I can't do it this way. And this way is getting too close, I think, to that. I think I just maybe take it straight across if I want to put the walkway in. Like I said, I'm starting to think that maybe I won't, but I'll leave it for now. Yeah, good night, Debo. Thanks for stopping in. And seriously, I really think you should promote your technique of using the bracelets because, like I said, more people can learn from that, and it'd be great to see your name associated with that. Because I certainly tell people, and like I said, my buddy Ferg added to your method by talking about putting the axle on the inside, attaching to the lifter arm. So that's how I connected this to the plate. So yeah. And then my contribution is the rotator. You're going to be discussing the technique. Yeah, you should come up with a name for the technique. You know, I think, honestly, I really hope that somebody like Tips and Bricks or somebody will discover that and include that as like a tip for people. Because I think you have some amazing techniques, and I'm really glad that you're willing to share them. And I get the benefit of using them and trying them out. Okay, so we've put the offsets in, so everybody, hopefully everybody's happy now that I've got the offsets in play. And then what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna build this city out. I have two sections, or actually, and once again, now I'm looking at this from kind of a three-dimensional approach. And, you know, I built this radar tower over here, so that might be another easy thing that I could put in play somewhere. But now that I have these mirror images of the towers, you know, they could be mirror images here, but this whole section doesn't have to be a mirror image. This could be off center, but I'm really excited about this. And I've been wanting to use those smoky 1x4 bricks for a while. The last time I used them was in the monochrome challenge. So yeah, having them in this Lavender City is going to be great. You're wrapping up a chill 31st birthday. Congratulations. Happy birthday. That's awesome. Here, let me give you a happy birthday. So we'll sing you a happy birthday song. Here, let me switch over to my full screen. So okay, so V2 Blast. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear V2 Blast. Happy birthday to you. And many more. So for those of you who don't know, this is the duck call. And you can see I don't use it very often, but this is from Duck Dynasty. This is the Uncle Sid model. So anyway, so happy birthday. That's awesome. Congratulations. Yeah. I think that's one thing that, you know, when we have a chance to celebrate our birthdays, especially right now with COVID and everything, just being able to say, yes, I have another year. And let's see what's up for next year. So congratulations. And we're going to go back to the down camera. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just taking a look to see if I have any other more gray plates, these 1x plates. Like if I probably have depleted all my stash. Oh, wait a minute. Look at that. Let's see. That is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Seriously? Okay, we'll put this over here. Yay! We've got another sidewalk going down. Yeah, I have a couple of these. Oh, okay. Well, actually, we are doing good. Here, I'm gonna put that over there. Yeah, I didn't realize I had all these light gray in here. Light bluish gray. All right. And I'm hoping, let's see, 1x3. Ooh, I thought I saw a 1x3 recently, but I may have set that aside. Yeah, so kind of being a completionist, it would be nice if I had a 1x3 here. Like, did I see that or did I imagine that? The other thing I want to do is put some cars down. So I have a little car here. So when we put the roadway in, we can add some cars. That'll be nice. All right, I do have a 1x1 plate. So if I can find a 1x2, then we will have at least a bit of the walkway done. It's like, oh, so close. It just shows you that, you know, it depends on what kind of parts you have. I'm hoping there's a 1x2 in here. I'm seeing some white. As you can see, I've been depleting my stash of 1x2s in light bluish gray. LBG. I might have to substitute something in here. I'm still looking though. I've got white. I might need the white though for the crosswalks. So the crosswalks are 1, 2, 3 down. Yeah. So there's a crosswalk. We need that. And I've got another crosswalk going on there. Yeah, so if I can just find a 1x2 in light bluish gray, that can go there, and then I'll have a complete sidewalk. Or, like I said, it goes into the list of things I need to order. That seems to be growing. And, oh, you know what else I could check? 1x1s. I might have some 1x1s. Hey, Lights King Legends, or Lightkin Legends. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm Naomi, the Brickanista, and I primarily do MOCs on camera. So, aha, I have a light blue gray here. I might have one more in my stash. Yeah, so welcome. It's great to have you here. Yeah, it's a pretty chill stream. I don't really do games and such. I focus more on techniques. And we were talking earlier that I do interviews sometimes with people, mostly on my YouTube channel, but don't really do a lot of games and such. So sorry if that's what you're here for. There are plenty of other streamers that do that, but you will learn something new here, hopefully, if you log in. So there we go. Yes. So what I'm working on right now is what's called the Micropolis standard. Masked Rider Gaming is here. Lena, how are you? Welcome. Yeah, we are working on my Blavender Micropolis. So I'm very, very excited because I was trying to find a way to cover up or, you know, occlude the view. Maybe I'll call it that. Do I get to see a Twitch rant tonight? You really want me to rant on Twitch again? I actually hid that video. I did some highlights of the good parts and I hid the rest of the video because it was terrible. I don't like to rant very often. I'm usually a pretty positive person, but honestly, I've been I have been a little frustrated with Twitch lately. So yeah, and you're doing well. I'm glad. Yeah, no, I've been, let's see, we've been streaming now for almost 2 hours. My hope is that if I go till midnight, then we can raid Brick Brain TV. So Brick Brain TV is a new streamer, and he needs to grow his channel, and I'd like to help him out. And I think that's the other thing that I think this whole culture of Twitch. I mean, there's a couple things that have happened, and that's part of the reason why I went on my rant. You're sad you missed the rant. I'd be happy to rant with you offline. So I'll be happy to tell you everything I was ranting about. I don't know. Some of the people who were here, when you heard my rant, was that really, I mean, was it in bad form? I mean, that's kind of why I took it offline, because I think it was kind of bad form. And I think that, you know, when I was thinking about it after the stream was over, I said, you know, I'm going to take the time to save some of the good clips. So you'll notice I have some highlights that are posted, but the rest of the video is hidden. Yeah, because it was just not cool of me. Honestly, it's not something I typically do. As you know, if you've tuned in, I don't usually rant like that, but I've been very reluctant about how my stream actually fits into the whole Twitch culture. And I think that's what, when Joel was here, we were talking a little bit about that too. So yeah, so I need a couple 1x2s here and here. This, what I'm doing is I'm mirroring two towers, but I just don't have the right parts. You wanted to pop in and say hi and good night. Okay, no worries. Thanks for popping in, saying hi, good night. Hope you're doing well. We need to chat too about maybe meeting in person in Sammamish for a Brickanista on the Move episode. I think that would be awesome. So it'd be great to meet you in person, as I know I've seen you a couple times online and you've been on my show online, but you're right in the hood. So yeah, oops, we definitely need to do that. Okay, so like I said, I'm kind of mirroring what will potentially be on this side. I do like the wider 2x4s that I put here, and there's a 2x2, so it'll be going around that way. I guess I could mimic it with white plates, maybe, or black. Maybe it should be black. I don't know if I have enough in black, though. So I watched the Instagram stream, and maybe if I'm brave enough, you'd like to join the challenge. Yes, you should. It's one brick for each day that yeah, it's whatever number, like today's the 11th. So you can do an 11-piece build today and post it with hashtag daily brick limit. Yeah, hashtag daily brick limit. So here, I'll put it in here. And today is day 11. And you have plenty of time because you only have to do 10 builds for the month of July, and then you'll be placed into the drawing. And we have 3 different gift certificates, either for Lego.com or for Target. And you can, it'll be $10, $20, and $30 for the 3 prizes. No promises. You need to build up the courage first. Oh, don't worry, don't worry. It's a very friendly space. And I think that's the other thing that I like, is that the daily brick limit and also Tricky Bricks have been a very friendly space for builders. So yeah, absolutely. I think you should. And there's several people here who have participated, like Devo has participated and some others. The Blue Budgie, do it. It's a no pressure challenge. I've missed a couple days because last week was super busy. Yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing, is don't feel like you have to do every day. There's a couple people who do, like Ms. Slow Brick does. She's been doing every day since the beginning of the year, which is insane, but she just is very prolific and she has the time and she's been doing a great job at that. But no, don't feel like you have to do all the time. So, okay, so now that you have the overhead view, you can see that we have these sidewalks coming together. So we have a full sidewalk, we have crosswalks that are here, so these can be connected to other builders, you know, things. And I think the more I look at this, the 4-quadrant method is definitely the way to go. So now I have to go back in my collection and start thinking about what else do I want to put here. And like one of the things I thought about was maybe a garage of some sort. You just remembered August 10th is Bionicle Day. I will email you to find out what time you would be up for talking about Bionicle on your Twitch channel. Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So I think, have you started streaming, Master Rider Gaming? I wasn't aware that you started streaming, so I'll make sure to follow you. Yeah, like I said, it's like the Wild West out there. And There was a streamer I had to call out because he had said some kind of sexist remarks on his channel. And he apologized profusely. And I was kind of like, I shouldn't have to do that. That's the thing. So, I'm trying to see if I have any more of these tiles that I can put down here. Yes, thank you for the shout out. Shout out to Mass Rider Gaming. Definitely. Okay, I have another thought here. What if I went all white on the top just to make it look the same or similar? I'm going to try something because it's Lego. And maybe the white might actually be a good counterpoint. You thought you could do a shout out? Yeah, see, that's another thing. I don't really have, I don't have the shout out stuff. I don't have the, what do you call it? The games, the drop game and other things. I just like to build, I like to build and talk. That's what I do. And I think I do a fairly good job at that. Okay, so let's just see how many I can put here. Oh no, I think I might be low on these too. All right, so you see how we're putting together that. All right, and what I was thinking on this side is if I do the white, I can actually connect these in a kind of a funky way, but it will kind of give the same aesthetic if I do it this way, like that. Yeah, this will work for now, just from a bird's eye view. It still needs a lot of construction, but this will at least give the impression. And actually, if I have a 2x4, that would work. Are you planning to do the ground? Does it stay black or get landscape? No, it's going to stay black because this is a lavender city. So I kind of want to make it futuristic. I have been doing a little bit of landscaping with these green trees kind of interspersed throughout the city, but I kind of like the black of it and how it pops with the black and the lavender. Though I guess, it is certainly possible. It might be possible to do that. And I just realized I have, hold up, I have a 2x4, so I could put that there. And now it looks a little bit more complete. And I could put this one here. So from a bird's eye view, you can see actually that white looks pretty good. Maybe I'll keep it as white. I was thinking about black, but the white kind of pops. That looks good. Time for bed. Good night. Good night, Joel. Take care. And I'll talk with you offline about what happened. So. All right. So like I said, this one's under construction, but this one is more or less complete with, I still need a couple of parts. But now that I'm looking at it, it still kind of bothers me. You can see the back of this building, but I kind of get it, what everybody was saying. You need a little offset. You can't have everything butted up next to each other. And so if these were butted up next to each other, then it could be like one massive building. But then again, I could put it right to the edge and put that right there. And then these two would come together. But I think we'll go with the Twin Towers look. Yeah, but that looks pretty good. Okay, so let's continue. What shall we do next with this? Because, like I said, there's so much to do with regard to landscaping. I think I could probably fit another building over here. Or the other thought was to make smaller buildings, because like in a city, you might have some smaller buildings that are part of this. But I do like how the Brickanista Broadcast Network now has, and the more I look at this, I think I'm going to take this out this walkway. Like I said, this angle is terrible. Oh, there we go. You're also, I'm on Twitch. One follower away from being at 100? Oh, cool. That's awesome. You had almost 300 many years ago. Well, that's because you were doing gaming, right? And now you're moving on to doing Lego. Is that right? I'm going to take this walkway out. I'm trying to do this without, well, I should probably just move this. Take this out. And maybe these will come back into play, but for now, oh geez. It's like, yeah, this is why, you know, like I said, too, in a way, not being on Lego Masters is probably better. It's like I don't have to worry about cameras watching me, every move I make. You made a mistake. You meant Twitter. Oh, okay. And we have a 1x4 that we just recouped, as well as a couple of these. Okay. And like I said, those might come back into play again. I just have to think about what I want to do, because it also has to do with balance. Because if I put that walkway in, then that kind of detracts from this section and where I want the eye to go. And so, like, one of the things I want to do is put some cars going down this road, and that's fairly easy to do. So before I do that, though, let me grab some black plates. After my rebranding on Twitter, you lost a lot of followers and got harassment. What? Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Harassment is not cool, people. No harassing. That is not good. Yeah, I'm really bummed when I hear that people have been harassed about something. So here's a jumper, so you can have like a car stopped at a stop, at a walk, at a crosswalk. Your rebranding was coming out? Ah. Well, you know, other people have been doing some rebranding and coming out. Like Miss Tapcat, she just announced that she's bi. So, you know, especially with Everything is Awesome, that set, you know, a lot of people have been using it as a way to express, you know, their views and how they feel about, you know, being a part of the LGBTQ community. So, yeah. Let's see, what am I going to do here? Yeah, like I said, I want to put some cars in play, so I'm looking for, let's see. Oh, I know what I could do. I do a 1x2. All right, let me take a look. Well, congratulations, Lena. I think that's it's a very brave thing to do, because I think I've mentioned that I've lived in San Francisco. That's where I grew up. All right, I gotta see if this is, yeah, see, this is blue, it's not black. I've lived in San Francisco, and during my time in San Francisco, you know, my mom, she worked in the fine jewelry department at Macy's, so a lot of her coworkers were gay. And so she ended up being their +1 for a lot of events, because they couldn't come out and tell people, you know, how they felt. This was back in the day. So we've progressed a long way. The fact that Lego actually produced that product is just a huge, huge leap. I think it's awesome. Aha, there we go. We got a 1x2 there. And I just need one more. Can I sift out one more? I want to put another car like right here in front of the Brickanista Broadcast Network tower. Are you going to make a micro news van? Oh, that sounds awesome. That's a great idea. Oh, wow. All right, I'm going to have to think about how would I make a news van as a micro scale. Like put like a little radar dish on the top. It'd have to be like a little, wow, that's an amazing idea. Thank you. See, that's another reason why I like to stream is I just love getting the ideas from the audience. I don't really care for some of the mechanics and some of the competition and some of that. And I think, after my rant, I had kind of a what do you call it? I had a meeting with myself, and I said, "What is it you're trying to do, Brickanista?" And I thought about it some more, and this is why I, haven't been doing like the games and all of that. I'm more of a chill streamer. I don't like put and I'm going to change my things a little bit too, because you know the whole thing about wearing hats. I mean, that's kind of fun and all, but I probably should talk to Cornado because he's got the most points of my followers, and just kind of ask him, what is it that you would want me to do to use your points? Like some people, for example, have, like, if you have 10,000 points, you can connect to me through Snapchat or something like that. But I definitely need to rethink what it is I'm trying to accomplish with this. All right, so the news van, now that you mention the news van, Hans Gruber is trying to get revenge. Okay, instead of saying hi to me, could you please say hi to Hans Gruber in the Naomi Tummy Tower? Hello, Hans Gruber. That's funny. That is super funny. Yeah, in fact, it was Debo who came up with the name, the Naomi Tomi Tower, because I put Nakatomi Tower when I submitted my build. He goes, you could call it the Naomi Tomi Tower. All right. So what I'm going to do instead is I have a bunch of these 1x2 jumpers. So I'm just going to place the jumpers down so I can put some cars, and I'm going to have to fill in the plates later because I just don't have enough. It goes back to I need to order a bunch of things. It just is the way it is. And, I'll just put a couple of cars in. So then that way I should actually count these out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I probably should put it even. Put it on the 6. In fact, I'll put it on this side. Yeah. And then I'll do a couple on this side too. You could have kazoo points redemption when you play a song request on a kazoo. Yeah, no, it goes back to Twitch is a very different medium. I mean, it's based on gaming, right? That's how they started. And I think for me, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For me, I appreciate how other people can use the medium in that way, but it just isn't a good fit for me. And that's what I've come to the realization that this is why I like YouTube better, because YouTube doesn't put me into a situation where I feel like I have to perform. I would just rather be me. I'm opinionated. I come up with different thoughts about what I think about certain Lego products, but I'm not. I don't think a performer, as far as putting out content where I'm going to be doing things. And I did that a little bit where I'll sing for people and such, but I'm definitely going to have to redo this. Points creeped me with my kid. He was like, wait, so I can click the thing and that person on the computer has to do something. That weirded me out on points and channels where people do things for points. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Bobalavu. It feels like a weird dynamic. Yeah, points with an automated something okay and fun. Yeah, I see. This is why I'm rethinking the whole Twitch thing. And as I mentioned in my rant, I will still be on Twitch at least until the end of the year. But I'm definitely going to rethink that. Let's revisit this kazoo idea. That is not a kazoo, by the way. That is a duck call. But getting the kazoo idea. Oh my goodness. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I had a long talk with myself, and I'm actually of the ilk that I think if people understand where I'm coming from, then that'll be my set of followers. I don't have to try to mimic other people because of the way Twitch is designed. And I think that's what it is I think it's part of it is the way that Twitch is designed, so it's kind of forcing people into that dynamic. Bob Ross is dead and he's on Twitch. I did not know that. Is that true, really? Bob Ross is on Twitch? That's pretty funny. Yeah, yeah. And like I said, I was honestly, I was a little depressed about it because, I think I've been working my butt off, putting out really good content. And, I see other people who don't put out as good content, I think, but yet have more followers because of the things that they do. There's a channel of Bob Ross reruns. That's hilarious. Happy trees. Really happy trees. Yeah. Okay, so I've put a couple of these down. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I think that's probably good. So we're going to make a few cars now because cars are easy to do. And then I like your idea about a news van. I'm just not sure what a news van would look like. We might have to work through that. Bob Ross is a popular Twitch channel and is just runs of the joy of painting. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And I think that's what we've seen, right? We've seen how this medium is allowing people to see content in a new way. So when I had this conversation with myself, I told myself, I said, first of all, you are still putting out good content. Don't think about what others are doing because it's irrelevant, right? The people who will follow me know what I do, and the content, for them, they must find some value, otherwise they wouldn't keep following me, right? So this is the conversation I kind of had with myself after the rant because I was like going, you didn't have to go rant, you didn't have to go, throw people under the bus, which is part of the reason why I took that rant off because it's not fair to them. I shouldn't have done that, and that's why I took it off the air. And everybody's trying to build an audience, right? That's what this is. And I've had this conversation with several people before this rant about how you shouldn't have to compromise yourself for the sake of a norm that maybe isn't, ideal. All right, so what I'm doing here is I have just a 1x2 jumper and a 1x1 tile on top. You make original content, not interchangeable, people doing the same thing. Yeah, exactly. But people want to be entertained, especially on this platform, on Twitch. And so because they want to be entertained, they aren't as open to, having content where you can actually learn something, right? So, and that's not my audience, so that's fine. And I think that's where I came to the realization that it goes back to, and I have to thank, by the way, I'm going to do a shout out for Cornado because he's mentioned to me before when I was talking about Fantasy Town, and I was talking about, like, I have a modular. I said, you need an ice cream shop. And I said, I can change the colors of my ice cream shop if you want to do that. He goes, you should never compromise your art for somebody else. And so that has resonated with me. So thank you, Cornado. Thank you for that good advice. And, I was thinking that, that's what's happening, is that all of us are kind of being forced into this norm of how you are supposed to stream on this platform. That's why they designed the raids. That's why they designed the thresholds for how many emotes you get and all of that. And so they keep pushing you to kind of do more of that. And instead of just thinking about this as a platform to really just create something cool, which is kind of more what I'm into. You know, I would just rather be a streamer that has a small following, that has people who are interested in content. And that's why, you know, when Debo shared the way he was doing this cylindrical tower, I mean, that is amazing. And that's the kind of thing I want to keep promoting, things like that. Okay, so if you're wondering, here's a good example of these little cars, and they're driving down the street of this tower. This one's under construction. So yeah, but yeah, I do like this black. I think, and like I said, I am focusing on teaching people things like this Micropolis standard. This 16 by 16, this is what I shared with Deneen Brickworm when I first met her. And she had already had a building that was a Micropolis kind of building, and she just built the base and put her building on there. And then she was part of a MOC. It was her first MOC that she was able to do. I mean, that's the kind of thing that I think we should be focusing on. And this may not be the platform for that. This may be more of a, you know, and that's what it was designed to do, right? More video games and, you know, getting people to earn points and doing all of that. So I've realized that it's not me, it's the system, right? For which sounds kind of stupid, but I just think if I want to be true to who I am as a person and as an artist and as somebody who appreciates Lego for the artistic quality of Lego, then I need to do that. If you want people who don't stream with the norms, may I recommend Diesel Shot. They just got a tabletop RPG funded on Kickstarter. Wow. Wow. Yeah, actually, Diesel Shot. Okay, I'm going to try to remember that. I've got my hands full right now, so I can't really stop. But I just need to put on, I think, one more car. And I think if I remember right, yeah, I'm thinking about that idea that for the Brickanista Broadcast Network radio tower, I think I was looking for one of those 1x2 jumpers, or not a 1x2. It's got the double stud on it. Oh, Zach Rutledge! It's a Nudo raid. Wow, Fred Nudo, how are you? I'm glad. I'm glad you raided me before my raid. How are you? Thank you, Fred. How was your stream? What were you working on? And I'll warn everybody, I know that you're used to Fred, and he does a lot of things. And hey, Amish Ace, how are you? Double raid? I got a double raid. Who else raided me? Hold up. I got raided twice. All right. Lone Gopher? Did Lone Gopher? Okay, let me look at my stats. Sorry, I've got like my hands full of Lego, so I'm trying not to. All right, hold up. All right. Lone Gopher. Oh, okay. Thank you, Lone Gopher. Thank you for the raid. Wow. Wow. Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you, Lone Gopher. Thank you, Fred. Thank you, all of you people. So I'm Naomi, the Brickanista. I build stuff. That's what I do. I was just talking about how it's funny that you both rated me right now, because I was just talking about how I hadn't been rated probably in a couple weeks. It's been a while. So, but yeah, you're just causing chaos. What's new? Anyway, yeah, so thank you for the raids. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And major shout out to all of you. And like I said, my hands are full right now, and I don't really have the shout out command set up. So, but please follow Lone Gopher out of Hawaii, as well as Fred Nudo. And some of you already know Fred because he was on the Tricky Bricks show. And oh, your time to make up for it? Oh, okay. Thanks, Zach. I think part of it is we're streaming at the same time, a lot of us. And I was just talking about these double jumpers. So this is a 2x2 double jumper, which is used a lot for furniture, for little micro furniture. And what we're doing right now is this is a Microcity that I'm working on. It's actually 4 16 by 16 modules. And if you saw my Instagram post, I had created the Brickanista Broadcast Network tower. So here is the BBN tower next to the Trolls Tower. And also, um, I was using this technique that I learned. Those are the dots bracelets. So Fast Traxel, how are you? You love that piece? Yeah, so this was a new technique I learned from Debo, who recently just left. And I also, this piece, if you're not familiar with it, this 8x8 radar dish, I have a friend, Ferg, who I interviewed, Ferg Pons, who, if you don't know Ferg, by the way, he's not on Twitch. He's on Instagram. He goes by Artifice12. He is freaking amazing. And he had one of these and he just gave it to me. If you go on Bricklink, an 8x8 black radar dish is $30 because it's only been in 4 sets before 2000. You're great and drowsy. Thanks. Oh, okay. So anyway, so if you're here and you're used to Pan Fred and you're used to Lone Gopher and you're used to Amish Ace, I just don't do games and stuff. I'm sorry, guys. I just don't. I'm a builder. I'm an artist. That's how I focus on my channel. And I try to teach people things that I've learned. And this is a standard. For those of you who are getting into microcities, this is actually a really great standard to learn. It's called Micropolis. And that's why it's using these 16 by 16 squares, these 16 by 16 squares. And which I just bought a bunch of 16 by 16 plates recently as part of a lug bulk order. And so I've been building these little mini cities. And this is a new tower I just built today. This one is using those smoky 1x4 ones. Good night. Okay, good night, Lena. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate that. Yeah. So anyway, so yeah. So what were you working on, Lone Gopher? I didn't see the chat, or maybe I missed it. Sorry about that. And yeah, thanks for subbing to Lone Gopher, Zach Rutledge. That's awesome. So yeah, we have a lot of really good streamers in the Twitch community. And really appreciate the raids. Thank you so much. As I was mentioning the other day, that a lot of the female streamers are not streaming anymore because we haven't been getting a lot of people following us. So I appreciate you dropping in. Yeah, so I was mentioning that Kim Chris has stopped streaming. I haven't seen who was it? IDK Alaska. She hasn't been streaming. Who was it? Crystal Star has only been streaming like once a week now. So yeah, we're a dying breed. So anyway, yeah. But like I said, my focus is primarily art. And the last thing I was working on right now is these little mini cars. So if all it is a 1x2 jumper with a 1x1 plate, and then you put them onto 1x2 jumpers that are on your road. And this is a little different from the standard because what a cute taxi. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so that when you have the city, you can see you have like your little cars, and that's like a fountain or a sculpture. When I use the video handle there in the corner, that is actually, I call it the tomb of the unknown streamer. So this is like streaming town. Yeah, yeah. And I'll show you, normally you don't have a black backdrop, but what I've been doing is I have been working with Debo, and Debo has a bunch of, he's been doing a lot of different kinds of streams, and we were just talking about how trying to cross promote that. He's mostly on YouTube. He doesn't do Twitch. Yeah, so let me just put these away because I can see these falling all over the place. So anyway, hope you all are doing well. I don't know if you're working on some fun projects or not. What I haven't been able to find one, but what I was looking for is a similar part to this, which I think is a 1x3 or a 1x4 with 2 jumpers, because I just got this really great idea, and I'm trying to remember who mentioned it, but they were saying the Brickanista Broadcast Network needs a van, like one of those news vans, to be going around the city. And the other thing I should mention, I was doing this earlier, is these one by these pinned axles are important. Oh, you're gonna lurk? Okay, no problem. Yeah. So if you look at the way this is designed, so you see how it's a plate and then a brick and then a plate tall. And then you have in here, this is a 1x2. It's normally a 1x4, but I'm low on my 1x4s. And then you put the pin to axle in so you can easily connect it and remove it. Most of the time it's a pin to pin, but if you use a pin to axle, which I learned from, so you just put that in here. I learned this from, who was it? Bill Ward. So Bill Ward showed me this technique. And if I could get this pin to go in. Oh boy, building for the camera is always a challenge for me. And maybe it's because this is an axle. I put the wrong kind of part in here. Okay. All right, we'll do it on this side. I'm going to have to replace that off stream. Okay, so now I've got this pin to axle here. And this slides in and connects to this next one. So when you go to a convention and you bring these, you can interchange them into this big city. And so if you are going to do this, a 16x16 plate, and then put and I just decided to go with black, and I'll show you a different one that I did a while ago. This is actually one of my favorite ones. This one is a museum that I built using some of those Egyptian pieces. And this one, just to kind of turn it around a little bit, it has some glass panels, but the part that I really like is this back part where I used some 1x2 with I think what is that, a 40-degree slope or something, and then the inverse slopes on the bottom for the back. So it has a bit of a kick out. Yeah. So this is, and the other thing about this is it's lighted. So when you take the top off, there are two. It's a 1x3. Oh, hey, Seto Bricks, thank you. 2x4s are the ones I know of. The 2x4 is rare though. Yeah. And a 1x3 is also cool. But what's inside here are two little micro mummies. So I had one, and then my friend Eric gave me the second one. So yeah. So anyway, and so you can't see it too closely here, but in the corner right over here, let's see if I can angle this right. Oops, sorry. There we go. Yeah, in the corner there's a little light. So when this connects to another connector, so these are really fragile, by the way. I'm not really happy with them, the brick loop people, because they're just too fragile. But then when you're connecting lighted ones, you have to put an arch in place. 2x4s are not as rare though, just not in the set you buy. Yeah. So so once again, because this is built to the standard, and you see how I put that pin to axle here, that this can fit in right in with this city. So even though the colors are not the same, that it could fit right into that city. And as you can see, the sidewalks match. So you have this museum next to the Brickanista Broadcast Network tower, but the color scheme isn't right, at least for this part of the city. So I do have a massive city. Maybe someday I'll do a video of the whole city together as a possibility, maybe. But yeah, for those of you who follow the others too, I'm the woman who taught you the Windex method. So that's where they got it from. So I remember Lone Gopher, thank you so much for the shout out when you've told people that I'm the one who have taught you about the Windex method. So yeah, that was something that I learned from Tricky Bricks. But anyway, so we're working on this Microcity today. And I was thinking about maybe doing a set on Wednesday as a possibility. I typically do MOCs on Sundays and Mondays. So I stream Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday. And so I will be probably continuing on this on see, Monday. I keep forgetting, what day is this today? All right, so let's keep going because right now I've got 2 towers, and right before Lena left, we were talking about this tower here. This one's really easy to do. So you can see all it is a bunch of radar dishes that are stacked. And this one is one of the smaller ones, and I was even thinking we could probably put a bigger one in one of the other modules. But yeah, so thanks for hanging out with me. Appreciate that. And make sure I did a shout out to everybody. Suni Quyon, thank you. Love that little emote. Wiley Goetz, Bad Dreams 7242. Very cool. Thank you. Boss Minecraft 89. Wow. There's some really cool names that you've got. Windex method is great, though I prefer the leave the stickers on the sheet method. Well, I just did a stream where I put the stickers on also using the knife blade method. So if you don't know about that, essentially you take a brick separator, or and I learned this from Ferg, that you have to peel the stickers on the very edge of the corner and don't touch it at all. So he said, don't get your grimy fingers on it. And you put it on the edge. Maybe some of you do that already, but he uses like a Bowie knife, which is crazy. If you watch my stream on YouTube, the audio is terrible, but Ferg Pons, I'm going to put his login ID. He's called Artifice12, and Artifice12 on Instagram. And his name is Ferg Pons. He's well known for a couple things. One of them is he built a 5-foot Avengers Tower. If you go on Beyond the Brick and do a search on Avengers Tower, 5-foot Avengers Tower, you'll see him there. He's been on 3 times with them. The other one was Jurassic Park, and he did a Seraph station, like I think a floating Seraph station. So yeah, so he's been on 3 times, and we were talking about how, yeah, I have yet to be discovered by Beyond the Brick. I need to do something massive, apparently, I think. So anyway, so the part I wanted to show you here, so I worked on this yesterday. This is the Pandey Panda Tower. And I had to position this just right to get this over here. And oops, there's something blocking my way. There it is. Yeah, so I had to position this just right, so then that way this tower covers that bracelet, the back of the bracelet, but doesn't occlude this tower's view. So that's what I was doing there. So I've positioned it now this way because I'm thinking about what do I need to put here on this part of the build. And somebody was asking me too about what do you do about landscaping when you have a black backdrop? So I've been using those trees. Let's see if I have them in here. Yeah, so I've been trying to pop the color with some of these trees here. But yeah, so if you're thinking about my stream versus other streams, I'm probably closer to people like Set to Build. You know, if you watch Set to Build, he does a lot of MOCs when he's building. But anyway, yeah. So thanks for stopping by. Thanks for chilling with me. And I've noticed I've run out of black plates, so I've got to order some black plates. So I think what we can do is either work on a circular building, because we might be able to put another circular building like right here, perhaps. And earlier I was talking about some of the Star Wars. Star Wars had a bunch of different really cool domes and things. So I was thinking that might actually be cool if I find one of those domes to put on. And of course, I don't see it now, now that I'm thinking about it. But anyway, so I have, as I mentioned before, I have those other radar dishes. But I was thinking about going a little bigger, and I also thought this piece would be super cool to use, like on the top of one of these, to put this kind of as a top spire of one of these buildings. So yeah, yeah, and like I said, I just had that other piece. Ah, here it is. All right, so this is not a dome, but it's more of an inverse dish. And I'd have to use the gray one. So I don't know if you've seen this before on some of the Star Wars sets, but it's an inverse hexagonal piece, which could be very cool, but if I were to put this in the city, I'd probably want it farther back. Yeah. So anyway. Oh, it's Lena again. How are you doing? You're back with my channel for Bionicle Talk. I think I found a co-host for the monthly Bio Talk. Oh, great. Yeah, for those of you who don't know Bio Talk, so also known as Masked Rider Gaming. So if you want to learn more about Bionicle, then they're the really good person to check out. Now here's another thought I had. I don't know if you've seen these radar dishes, but these have like the basketball print on the side. So a thought would be also kind of cool is to create an arena, like I don't know, like a soccer arena or something like that, sports arena. Aussie Wheels, how are you? Welcome to the stream. For those of you who are interested in also more Lego, on Thursdays his time, Wednesdays my time. Excuse me, Aussie Wheels, really great streamer, really fun to hang out with. Yeah, we were just looking at my city, my Microcity, and looking at what else I need to start putting kind of in this area. And I was just kind of playing around with some ideas. And right now, I think this is the one that I'm kind of leaning towards, is building a large kind of circular tower with this on top. Because we're kind of looking at this from a bird's eye view right now. Yeah, so how are you, Aussie? Make a stadium? Okay. Well, you know, there are several cities that have stadiums in the city, and you know that might be something to do. I think they're more oval though. That's the only thing is that, or you know, if I expand, I could make even one whole module would be a stadium, and maybe that's what I do if I end up expanding this. I talked about this earlier that if you build Micropolis, you usually either build one module or you build modules of 4 at a time. So if I wanted to do that, but I think this radar dish kind of looking thing could be very cool on top. And I learned this other technique from my buddy Ferg about if you put a 2x2 brick on the bottom with an axle hole, then this will fit, and you can put other things underneath it. So I might be doing that. Might be doing that. Yeah, I learn a lot from my fellow streamers. And oh, look at this. Oh my gosh, I've got a lavender bucket. So if you're wondering, this whole scheme here is lavender, and I didn't know I had this. So this could be good, because you put it as an inverse, and then you can, you know, put other things around it. That is awesome. Okay, now you're going back to bed. Okay. Working on why am I getting so much lag on the farm? So I'm looking into what's causing it. Yeah, well, I don't know. Do you have a lot of people who follow you doing farming? Because Aussie Wheels, so he streams on Thursday his time, Wednesday our time, Lego, and then I think on Sundays/Mondays he does his farm simulator. So yeah, Aussie was one of the first people to help me get started. So thank you, Aussie. Appreciate that. So yeah. So let me go back to this whole idea. Let me show you this technique of the 2x2 brick that goes underneath here, and then you could put an axle hole in the middle, or axle in the middle. So this is the problem though, I'm running out of colors. So I have a black one here. And you see how it has, let me just double check, is that an axle? Yeah. So it's got an axle hole in the middle, and that allows you to connect things together. So we're going to do that. And like I said, I just learned this technique from Ferg the other day. Ferg is amazing. So yeah, so now I have a connection. And then I've got my axles here. Got a ton of axles. If I want to go black, put this in here. And I'm just looking at this, thinking about how tall this needs to be. If I want it to be like one of the skyscrapers, I'm going to need to make it much bigger. Yeah, I think it's going to have to be taller. Though this could be the base. You know, going back to having the, ooh, that actually has an axle hole in it. Okay. That could be a possibility. But it goes back to, gosh, I'm just running out of colors. I just don't have a whole lot of things that I can put in here because I'm trying to make a multi-city dimensional city here. So yeah, awesome. This is great. This is awesome. Oh. I think I might have some translucent cylindrical ones. I just remember looking at that. These cylindrical ones came from a lot of lighthouse sets. Yeah, see, they're off colors. This goes back to wish I had more colors. Yeah. All right. So I might need to buy a bunch of these clear translucent pieces to put in this. This could be like this tower, I guess a round tower maybe. I don't know. I just want to see how this is going to look because this is the studs on top. Yeah. It's interesting. All right. So this is what it looks like right now. And it's almost like I feel like I need two of those and then connect it into a massive building. But that is actually pretty cool. I have never thought about taking one of these. This is actually a crow's nest or a half barrel. And, you know, like I said, we're using lavender. This is something Debo has started, which is lavender lug. So we're building things in lavender. If you're on Instagram, do a search on lavender lug and you'll see that. But yeah, so like I said, I have a lot of parts I need to order. But it's actually, I've got 4 of these now that are translucent. I don't think they come in lavender, so, but I think securing it that way, I know it's not that big. I probably need to, actually, you know what I should do? I should intersperse it with radar dishes. Hold up. I actually have these. These are pretty cool. And this, all right, I'm going to try something here because this is the same thing. There's a hole in the middle, but they're fully translucent. And I have no idea how much these are. These came in a bulk bin. But, yeah. Okay, let's take a look. Let us take a look. Let's see how this is going to look. I really feel like it needs more color, but this may be a good alternative for now. And it kind of looks like a spaceship. You know? But looking at it from above, that's actually kind of massive. It might be too big for this space because it's an 8x8. You may remember the Captain America shield. Let me show you that. So the Captain America shield is an 8x8, and this is actually bigger. Actually, that's a 10x10. So that's why it's so massive. But this is a pretty cool piece, but you can't use it in too many places. It's the only problem with that. If I were to make an Avenger city, I would probably make that as one of the Captain America cities. All right, so that was a good idea, but it's way too big. That is like a 10x10 dish. That is way too big. Yeah. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I'm going to have to order some more of these in black. Because right now my supply is really low when it comes to these colors. And I think considering lavender is kind of the base color, I could go with yellow, but I just think that's going to be too much. Move that out of the way. Yeah. Okay, so let's see if I have any of these with a hole in the middle. Yeah, that's the only thing. These don't have a hole. These are all, ooh, these are from one of the Star Wars sets. That's kind of cool. I'm going to save that for later. Yeah, but none of these radar dishes have holes in them because they're too small. Yep. Yeah, I think this goes back to when you're a mock builder, you end up ordering a lot of parts for things. So tomorrow I might have to work on a set tomorrow because I think I'm starting to run low here. Yeah. So this is kind of the method I was doing for that other tower. And it could fit on top like that. With like a side tower with, I don't know what I would consider this, like an observation deck or something. But yeah, this actually has a good concept opportunity, but the execution is still needs work. It still needs work there. And what I'm waiting for is, I'm hoping Brick Brain TV is going to be logging on soon, because if you're used to Panfred and some of the others, he has an avatar where he is doing different kinds of brick building and some other things. But let me take a look real quick. Let me see if he's online yet. Okay, let's see. Ah, excuse me. Typing in the wrong place. It's like, oops. It's not what I wanted to do. All right, let's go to it. Let's see who's online right now, because I'm almost at a stopping point. So let's see. Oh, wow. I can't believe it's asking me to log in. How can you ask me to log in? I am logged in. Twitch drives me crazy. It's like, oh my goodness. Wow. I think part of the reason is I'm doing something for the first time here. I'm doing some co-streaming that I learned from my buddy Brick Brain. All right. So now it's asking me for a token. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Sorry about this. I'm now looking for my cell phone so I can raid somebody. Let's see. All right. Hold up. I need to go get my cell phone, which I don't have handy with me. So I'm gonna just take a quick step aside. I'll be right back. Like I said, I did something new for the first time, so this is a little different than what I normally do. But all right, hold on. I'm gonna be right back. Let's see. My Be Right Back screen. Is that not working either? What's up? What's up? Wow. Wow, this is really weird today. Okay, normally my Be Right Back screen would say Be Right Back, but it's not showing me that right now. Wow. Wow. Okay. This isn't exactly the way I usually have it. There we go. All right. I will be right back because I need to log in. Hey, everyone. Hopefully that wasn't too long to wait. I just have to log in to be able to raid somebody. So hold on while I do that. This is very bizarre. You would think they would remember me, but all right. Oh, nope, not quite right. All right, there we go. Okay, now I can actually log in. It's crazy. Like I said, I stream both on Twitch and YouTube is so much easier. It's like, okay. All right, let's see who's out there. Okay, he's not on yet. He may be on in a few minutes. I think he said he was logging on today. He says he usually logs on at midnight, so I'm gonna wait to see. I'll wait for a little bit. Looks like a few folks on the brick building tag are streaming Lego games, but no one's building Lego. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's the thing. But oh gee, I just broke 300 followers. Thank you. I'm now at 301 followers. Yay. Oh, wow. This is awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. And thank you for the subs too. Wow. Yeah, like I said, it's been thank you, Zach Rutledge, for the sub, and thank you for the gifts too. Wow. Thank you for gifting Boba Lavu and also Amish Ace and Lone Gopher. Wow. Thank you. I know that there have been a lot of people who've been gifting subs and doing other things. So that's really sweet. Thank you so much, Zach. I appreciate that. Wow. Yeah, I know. It's really cool. So I have Zach Rutledge to thank for getting me over 300. Yeah, I've been streaming now since September of 2000, let's see, 21 or 2020. Still trying to find my voice here on the internet. I stream 6 times a week, 3 times on YouTube, 3 times on Twitch. And yeah, I'm glad. I'm going to have to reach out to you, Zach, because I was thinking about redoing some of my points and some other things that I do to kind of be more in line with some other streamers. But thank you. Yeah, that helps a lot. In fact, his sub gift today increased my subs. I'm only at 10 subs, so I increased my subs to, I think, what, by 40%, something like that. So thank you. I'm losing my voice. Sorry. Yeah, so Zach, special kudos to you. Thank you so much. And Boss Minecraft 80, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oh, sorry, Mass Rider Gaming asked me to stretch, so I missed that. Sorry about that. Yep. Yeah, I think once again I've got I've got to up my game on Twitch. I'm more used to YouTube, honestly, even though I started streaming on YouTube later. But yeah. So I think I'm up to date because I did sing happy birthday earlier, and I think Cornado used his points for that. Thank you. Thank you so much. So yeah, yeah. I'm gonna keep I'll keep going for a little bit because this city I can still work on it, but the problem is I'm running out of parts. That's the thing. But I do have a lot of these clear 1x2s. So I might be able to still build another tower. I might be able to still eke out one more tower for the landscape. So here's my bucket O 1x2s. So for those of you who are new to MOCs, the pick a brick wall is your friend. This is Tricky Bricks that I follow, so they gave me a sticker, and my friend Ferg started putting stickers onto cups, and so I started doing that too. So why don't we go ahead? I'm going to still keep my fingers crossed that Brick Brain is going to start streaming in a little bit, but I think I can eke out another building because we have these, which are very cool. And okay, let me go back to my down camera. Let's go back to the down camera. And thank you so much, Zach. I really appreciate that. Because like I said, I was starting to lose hope. It's like he's my new Obi-Wan Kenobi, Zach Rutledge. Okay, let me go back to my down camera for a moment. Okay, very cool. Yeah, I think part of the problem is I'm on a laptop, so I can't always see the raids and such, and the gift subs, etc. All right, so okay, so this is what I was mentioning is I have a ton of these 1x2s, so I think I can put together another little tower using that, and I have a bunch of these lavender 1x4s, so I can do that, or I can also use these lavender 2x4s. So I think we still have the ability to put in another tower in here, and this one might end up on this space. I'm going to set this aside because I'm not sure where I'm going to put that. Yeah. So anyway, this is, and I'm just trying to see. Yeah, maybe I'll put it over here. I think the 2x4s might be a good plan. So if I just kind of set these down a little bit to see where is this going to go. Yeah, this one might have to be right on the edge. My last set of viewers, we were talking about an offset because they said that my buildings were too close together. So now I'm doing a one stud offset, as you can see. I pulled this apart so you can see there's a one stud offset. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see a better view. So yeah, I think we can put together another one. And I do want to make enough room for like a walkway or something. So I think that's where the 1x4s are going to come in handy. Which is a little dangerous because when you do I'm putting a 2-stud walkway here, but when you put 3 on one side, that's kind of dangerous because there's not a lot of bricks that will fit on a 3-stud across. But the total across is 8, so it might still work. We're just going to have to finesse it a little bit. Yeah, so I'm looking at it right now, and I think what we're going to do is raise this up. So we're going to put some of these down. And once again, this goes back to having 3 is a little dangerous. So I'm going to just see how this is going to play out, because I definitely want to raise this up on some 1x2s. Yeah. And okay, I think, because originally I was going across this way and then having a couple come down. Yeah, that actually might work really well. Okay, we're gonna try that. And remember when I said the 1x3 could be dangerous? So we're just gonna use the 3 across right for the bridge, and then put the bridge down like that. Yeah, that'll work. Ah, look who just came in. It's Glenn. How are you, Glenn? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Okay, yes, this is going to work. That's what we're going to do. So we're building another tower for Brickanista Microcity. And here, I'll just take a little side view so you can see that that's going to be like that going up. And now we can put this going across, because now we know the secret sauce. Yeah, this is gonna work. And I think the other thing with buildings is that, you know, you have repetition and such. Catch up on the chat. Sorry. Lego is dangerous. You're just what the cat dragged in. Well, you are the cat, because you said you, so you are the cat. Like, you are the walrus, you are the cat. And actually, you know, this might be kind of cool if I leave that gap in the middle. Let me check that out. If I build this so that there is like a gap of space in between each one, or like I said, I think I'm gonna stick with the buildings. Just anyway, yeah, this is gonna work out. Like I said, we're just doing multiple floors of this lavender city, and I think I'm gonna build up until I run out of bricks, because this is what I have here. I don't have a lot. Yeah, I think that, yeah, for those of you who had thought I was going to be on the raid earlier today, yeah, that there was a little miscommunication there, because I normally stream at 9. That's my normal time. So let's see. Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely the way to go. And I'm going to try using 2 hands, go faster a little bit that way. Yeah, but I'm very, very excited about this. This is something I will definitely show at BrickCon coming up. So for those of you who are interested, we are going to know on the 15th of July whether or not BrickCon is going to happen as a virtual event or as an in-person event. Oops, oops, oops. Yeah, this is actually, yeah, I'm excited about this. This is, like I said, I have no idea sometimes what I'm going to build, but it usually comes together during a stream. Yeah. Oh, this is looking nice. I'm enjoying this. So, and normally I do have music going, but I have 2 streams going at the same time right now. So I wasn't sure with the DMCA strikes and such, what would happen. So I just went conservative today. Like I said, I'm still fairly new in my mind, even though other people have done much better in a shorter amount of time than I have. But like I said, I'm an artist. That's how I bill myself as an artist. And you get to watch live while this is coming together. In fact, here I'll show you a side view of this. This is looking really, really good. And this other tower is under construction because I'm missing these 1x4 smoky black. But this is the one I'm working on right now, which has this kind of other profile view. So I'm really enjoying that. You often have no clue what I'm going to build until it happens. Yeah, same thing. But I do like this. And the reason why I'm still streaming is because I get a lot of really good ideas from people who are watching. And Joel, for example, is one of those. And it's too bad he's not on. He has to wake up early tomorrow. But he has given me some really amazing ideas. And other people, like I said, Debo has taught me how to use those bracelets to create, something really amazing. I've gotten a lot of really good compliments on the parts usage on my city. Yeah, that's actually, I think, one of my favorite Instagram posts that people have really enjoyed. So yeah, the Lavender City is coming together. Okay, so since I'm down to these, I think I have 2 more layers I can do. Because I'm going to use all of these bricks. I'm using them all. Like I said, I'm just streaming to see if I can get BrickBrain TV, if he's going to log in. His name is Eric, and he's a fairly new streamer, and I like to help new streamers out. Because we're the ones who need the most help, guys. I know you like going for the larger groups, but we appreciate whenever we get rated too. Lavender is beautiful, baby. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I really like how this one's coming together. And if I had the forethought, I may have, and I can always do this later, as I can maybe off stream intersperse it with black levels, black and lavender, but right now I'm just going full lavender. And I think I can do 1 more level and then finish it off. I think. Let's see what we got. Because I also have some plates. Let's see, what do I have in the way of plates? Lavender plates. Or tiles, rather. Okay. Maybe. Yeah, this may not. It goes back to, what do you have in your supply again? Okay. So I think I can do that and then get a 2x2 later. Put a stand in, because like I said, I am just really low on parts. So I can do 1 more layer and then put the top on. Or maybe 2 more layers. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, the pick-a-brick wall is my friend. You can see, and honestly, this whole full cup, and like I said, this is a full cup of the these 1x2s. That cost me $17. So not a lot of investment for some parts that you can use over and over again, which is part of the reason why I like doing MOCs. Is MOCs are fun. MOCs are fun. MOCs are cool. No 2 are alike. But like I said, I'm going to have to order a bunch of parts for this. So tomorrow, on MOC Monday, I'm going to have to think about what I'm going to be doing for that, because the Lavender City is going to have to be on hold for a little bit. I might have to go back to my coffee shop. I still have more work to do in the coffee shop. Or, oh, maybe I can start working on the Jurassic Park. Yeah, maybe that's what I do. Because, as you know, I got invited to be part of the collab for Jurassic Park for Bricks Cascade. And I got the patches. I got the patches from Ferg, my buddy Ferg. All right, so yeah, this is gonna be great. Like I said, it's just mostly repetition here, but this looks amazing. This looks better than what I had planned originally, so this is good. And I'll show it for the camera in just a second. Yeah, like I said, parts, and sometimes parts take, you know, a week to show up. If I'm to order them tomorrow, they may show up by Friday, depending on where they're coming from. Lately, like I had a friend who's sending me Speedy Gonzalez in the mail from North Carolina. It still hasn't gotten here. He sent it over a week ago. So yeah. All right, so we're gonna finish this off top. And like I said, if I get a 2x2 in lavender, that would go there. But I'm going to put a placeholder there for that. Okay, so here's the other tower that I just built live. And let me tilt the camera up a little. So that is another, I guess it could be a residential or an office park or something. And I'll need to get a 2x2 lavender piece to go there. This one is under construction. Oh no, did my down camera just die? It's plugged in. What's going on? Well, I guess it's time to raid. Here, I'll show it to the front camera. Wow, this is really freaky today. Lots of weirdness happening today. So, okay. So this is the latest tower that I just built. And like I said, I'm all out of lavender, so I don't have a 2x2 to replace that.